We are live, and it is a second game of the season, which sees West Ham entertain. We're not going to entertain. I don't know why I keep saying that. So West Ham entertain Chelsea at the at the London Stadium. That's not going to happen. What we're going to do is we're going to bore Chelsea into submission at the London Stadium. They won't know what's hit them, and then James Ward-Prowse is going to score a free kick. It's got to happen that way, right? I'll tell you now, I do not know the composition of the team as yet. I know a lot of this stuff gets leaked very, very early. I don't know it. I tend to switch off from it, totally and utterly switch off from it at the moment. So I normally like Geo just to read out the team and then get it au natural. What I'm going to do is as soon as the teams are announced, I'm going to click over onto the West Ham website, find out what the team is, and we will enjoy that voyage of discovery together. Unfortunately, Gio can't be with us at the moment. He will be here later on, but he got a cannot miss opportunity to go and see the new Barbie film in like the IMAX. I don't know what the cinema is, but it's like sort of 4 screens. I think you get the whole lot, the whole experience. It's the virtual thing, it's the audio, it's in stereo. There's a wraparound screen, so you really feel that he's going to be fully immersed in Barbie's world. You know, it's really the smell, the scent of hairspray in the air, and all that sort of thing. So he will be back later on. So you're stuck with me and Deadpool, obviously at the moment. 3 big questions, I think, for me, anyway, probably more. Number 1, is he going to start the new boys? So is he going to start Edson Alvarez, or is he going to start James Ward-Prowse? Number 2, is he going to make a captain of James Ward-Prowse if he starts? And I guess the question number 3 will sort of play into question number 1, which is Lucas Paquetá going to be selected? I don't know. No other way to really say it, isn't it? So we're going to read the team in just a second. I think the team will get revealed in about 30 seconds. And then we're going to have a little chat, give our reactions to it. Charlie's going to pop the team across the bottom of the screen. And then what we're probably going to do is a little cheeky little bet and try and win somebody in the live chat some money with the phrase that pays. Sounds like a plan to me. After I've finished talking, Charlie will be along to take you all through the watch along. So if you're not able to watch the game on TV, you like a little bit of company amongst fellow West Ham fans that you can watch the game live with Charlie. Don't go anywhere. Stay on this channel. Right, boys and girls, I've got my glasses on, not my readers, but I've got it set to big font, so we should be okay. I'm going to refresh the page now and see what the team is. Oh, we got a team. We got a team. And we got a team. So, do you know what? I cheated. I normally read it in sort of chronological order. I haven't. I snuck straight down to see the answer to my 3 questions. I've got my answer. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? Fornals is the sacrificial lamb. Little spoiler there for you. Areola in goal, which means a very, very grumpy Lucas Fabianski on the bench, I'm assuming. Vladimir Coufal at right back. Now, Coufal was quite scathing about our performance, actually, against Bournemouth. Must be something about that right-hand side, because so was Bowen. Bowen wasn't too impressed with it. Kurt Zouma is going to be playing at right centre-back and has the captain's armband. What do you think about that? I guess you sort of had to. I don't know. Anyway. I guess you can't give it to Ward-Prowse in his first game. I'd imagine it'll be sort of bit by bit. It will be given. I don't mean bit by bit. He's not going to tear little bits of material off the armband and give them to him. It'd be like a jigsaw, and then James Ward-Prowse got to make it up and stick it to his arm. So next to Kurt Zouma, we have got Naif Agurt. Then Emerson. So we have exactly the same back 5 as we had against Bournemouth. The new boy, James Ward-Prowse, wearing the number 7 shirt, will be taking his place in midfield alongside Thomas Souček. Now, Thomas Souček was pretty crappy for most of last season, but he was both myself and Gio's man of the match for the game against Bournemouth. I thought he played very, very well indeed, so he certainly deserved to keep his place. Do you know what? They all did. I've got to say, I think if Fornals deserves to keep his place as well. But I do understand why he'd change it there. David Moyes has been waiting for James Ward-Prowse for a long, long time. So, it's funny. When he don't want to play someone, they're not ready, are they, Moyes? He say, they're not ready. They need more training. They need this. If he really likes someone, they go straight into the team. They really do. And James Ward-Prowse is, well, he's battle-hardened Premier League veteran isn't he? Looking at the image I'm seeing, he's looking rather resplendent in his new West Ham kit. Lucas Paquetá has been selected. I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted with that. And by the way, I absolutely fully expect him to get a rapturous welcome. By the way, I expect his name to be sung. I have not bought into any of this stuff that people need to support him. People are always going to support him, and he'll get there won't be a boo in the house and nothing like it. I'm surprised anyone expected it. So he is going to get massive support, and rightly so. So, but you know what? I think it shows massive sort of mental fortitude, doesn't it? Really, because whatever happens, and whatever the situation is, it can't be easy. He's clearly going to be under pressure. He's clearly going to be highly distracted. But it'd be good for him actually playing some football. And yeah, I think it's going to show an awful lot about him and about his character. Well, the fact that he's playing says an awful lot already. You know, clearly a very, very strong-willed and strong-minded individual. Jared Bowen is playing in his, well, it's the same sort of front three, if you want, as last time. She's got Bowen, who scored that absolutely magnificent goal. Antonio up front with Ben Rama, obviously on the left-hand side. Now, Antonio, well, no, we don't really have any choice there but to play Antonio, and that's and quite right too. I'm hoping he looked really unfit against Bournemouth, so I'm hoping to see a slightly better Antonio in this game. Already mentioned, we've got Ben Johnson there. Aaron Cresswell is on the bench, which is really good news. Is that symbolic? Does that mean anything? Does that mean that Cresswell maybe is staying put for the and not moving to Wolves in this transfer window? I don't know. Read into that what you will. El Fornicador, the Fornicator, a.k.a. Pablo Fornals, he's on the bench. So, yeah, as I say, a little bit unlucky. I thought the one area that functioned really well against Bournemouth was that central midfield. Maxwell Cornet will be looking forward to coming on for the last 30 seconds of the game, which would be nice. You get a couple of offsides in there. A joke. Well, I sort of don't, but I'd like to see him earlier on. I think it'd be a bit of a waste of a transfer if we don't see the very best of Maxwell Cornet. That much is for sure. I think he needs to be given a chance. So hopefully this season is his season. Danny Ings is on the bench. Edson Alvarez, the number 19 shirt. Excuse me, swig me too. It's thirsty work, all this talking. Angelo Ogbonna? There's no bombing. Ogbonna. And of course, Divine Mubama, who I'd like to see this boy come off the bench today. I really would. This would be my choice as substitute for Michail Antonio. And there you have it. There you have the West Ham team and the West Ham bench as I move back to the screen now, which has now popped up there. How do you feel about the starting 11? The poll is live now. Later on, when Charlie comes to join me, Charlie will be reading the results of the poll. So, you'll be finding out whether you think that's a resounding success as a first team or whether you think that is the route to peril and defeat in our match against Chelsea that's coming up. I guess, Charlie, so I can see you beavering around in the background there with your buttons and your ticker tape. Can we please... Oh, there you go. He's beat me to it. The Chelsea lineup: Sanchez, Desai, Silva, Colwill again gets his start in the Premier League, just the same as in the last game against Liverpool. Gusto Fernandez, Gallagher, Chukwuemeka. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on, I bottled out on that name. I'll get to that in a second. It's sort of disappearing behind the camera. Sorry, it's got to come round again. Chuck Wemka. Chuck Wemeka. I don't know. Chilwell, Sterling, Jackson. Hold on a minute. Where's the new... They've not spent a lot of money on midfielders. So they've just bought Lavia. And they've just bought Dubry what's it, of course, who we were linked with, whose name absolutely escapes me, who the chat are going to help me out with now. Lad from Brighton. You know, Caicedo, there you go, it's come to me now. So they're not involved at all. Okay. I thought they were a bit frightening, actually, against Liverpool. I thought Liverpool were decent at the start of the game, obviously. Liverpool wanted to play that counter-attacking game, but I thought they really got into them. Chelsea really caused them all sorts of bother, and it was interesting. Actually, did a little. I don't know if you saw it over on on this channel. It was yesterday. I had a little chat with a Chelsea fan. His name was also Charlie, and Charlie was. It's funny, isn't it? As fans, we're all sort of paranoid about our own team, and Charlie was thinking, I don't know how we're going to score any goals. That's what he was saying to me. They probably will be all right, to be honest with you. Do we have a bench, please? Thank you. Bergstrom, Humphreys, Cucurella. What happened to him? Martson, Casiedo. Oh, my goodness. How much I'd say that? I need to scroll back to the team again. Oh, thank you. Hold on. Thank you. Ugo Chukwu. I've got it. I think I've got it. Mudrik, Maduiki, and Burstow. I don't know Burstow. Much I don't know. Quite a few of them, truth be known. Humphreys. I don't know who's Humphreys. I don't know who Humphreys is. We're probably going to use his name in the praise that pays. I think that would only be fair. Anyway, there we go. Those are the two teams. What are we thinking in the chat? I say that. I don't know what you're thinking in the chat. I need to change my glasses to see what you're thinking. Sorry, Lewis. Hello, Lewis. Sorry, I saw you earlier on the Patreon breakfast. Yeah. If you know, you know, Lewis. If you know, you know, my friends. Anyway, there we go. So what do we think of that? Let's go with, first of all, we don't want any score predictions or anything like that. I think what we want to know is, sorry, Michael, you missed it. You missed it. I can probably reveal, Michael, that he's going to, I don't know if it is the IMAX. I might have it wrong. He's gone to, it's like a virtual showing of the new Barbie movie. So, hey, who doesn't want to see Margot Robbie in 4G? Is it 4G, 4K? I don't know, whatever it is. 3D. I don't even know. I don't even know how the technology works. Anyway, how are we feeling about that? Is there any 5G? Thank you, Tim. It's a 5G movie. There we go. It's good. Margot Robbie in 4G, something like I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's get back onto the football before I make even more of a tip. I can't say that. Wally, nincompoop, idiot of myself. There you go. It's going well, this, isn't it? Doug, I know what you're saying, mate. I know exactly what you're saying there, by the way. I'll tell you what, before I dig myself into an even bigger 5G hole, one more swig of the tea, and we're going to do the bet. Let's do the bet. I'm going to need your help for this. Hold on. Let me have a swig. Thirsty work, this. Right then. Okay. Sorry. Well, I'm going to put what Steve says up because I was asking to somebody. Team not too bad, Gonzo, in my opinion. He would have Alvarez in the team. Michael, I'm not reading that out at all. Right. Okay. Listen, here's the thing with a bet. There's going to be some people who are watching this for the first time. Where have you been, by the way? Where have you been? You're probably wondering what the hell's going on. You're probably wondering why I can't pronounce a lot of footballers' names. Probably wondering why I'm talking about Margot Robbie. You're going to wonder in a minute why I'm saying something about a bet and lacing it with tons of innuendo. That's just what we do around these parts, I'm afraid to say. You're probably wondering why I'm talking about someone that's gone to see Barbie in an IMAX cinema. Hey, look. Welcome to Hammers Chat. Is all I can say. You can. People say smash. Don't smash your subscribe button. Please never gently press the subscribe button. Otherwise, you will crack your phone. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a little bet. Now, for those of you who don't know, the bet needs to be sort of semi-unrealistic, really, because 1-0 to Chelsea is not going to yield much at all. So we want to go for something a little bit unrealistic, but realistic enough that at some point before we all pop our clogs, someone in the chat wins a lot of money. At some point. Might be this season, might be in 3 or 4 seasons' time. So okay, I'm actually going, do you know what? I'm having that. That is what I'm having. So I'm going to go with 2-2. Right? Now, whilst I'm doing that, hey, someone had to do it, didn't they, Stephen? Someone had to do. We should. We absolutely should, by the way. I'll deal with a card bet, right? I'll deal with a card bet. So we're going to go with 2-2. Now, I'm on my own at the moment. So what normally happens is, at this point, Geo will go onto the betting app. I'll do a bit of talking. He places the bet. So I've got to do the talking and the betting app. It's multitasking at its finest here. I'm going to need a couple of goals. What I want to name is 3 goal scorers. It's highly unlikely. This is madness. And I think what we'll do is we will build up those odds as well as we can, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the bet now. I've just realised I've got no money in me. I've got no money in my betting account. I've got no money in my betting account. Hold on, I wonder how quickly I can do this. Minimum deposit £10. Right, what's the problem? Oh dear, they don't like me. They don't like me. I must. Oh my goodness! I think we might have to wait for Charlie to come in. I want to play by PayPal. Can I not play by? I'm going to play by debit card. Blimey, my debit card will hate this. Here we go. I'm just uploading it. Oh my word! I do apologise. Actually, I think I got it done. What's my code number? 69. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm actually successfully uploading money. There we go. No, I don't want you to remember it. Thank you very much. I think we're done. I think we're absolutely done. Right, anyway, here's what we're going to do. Deposit has been successful. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make a bet. So it's going to be 2-2, absolutely 2-2. And we are going to go with 2 goal scorers, two of which I need to know right now. So I want your 2 West Ham goal scorers right now, please. Just start sticking them right in there. Start sticking them right in there now. Oh, blimey, it's getting even more innuendo now. Right, so I've got the 2-2. The 2-2 starts it at 14-1, which is absolutely fine. I want players to score. I'm going to the chat now. The first 2 players I see in the chat, so you can spam the chat right now. That's who I'm going to go with. Bowen. Bowen, Ward, Prowse. I can't change it. Those are the 2 names I've seen. Bowen, Ward, Prowse. There you go. Bowen, Ward, Prowse. Right. In a second, I'm going to need a Chelsea player, but please just give me a moment. I'm not going to go first to score. Go Jared Bowen anytime. Got to show more players. Ward, Prowse to score anytime. I need a Chelsea player, please. Jackson. There you go. I've seen Jackson. Jackson. Got it. Jackson it is. So where's Jackson? Still seems meager pickings. Okay. I'm going to do the yellow cards, and I think I have to. I do have to choose Lucas Paquetá to get a yellow card. So I do apologise. I do apologise. I'm going to place the bet now. I'm placing the bet. It is done. The bet is placed. Right, okay. That lot is done. Now, what we're going to do now is 2 of you in the chat. By the way, I'm just checking my bets to make sure it is all done. We don't need Charlie. It's done. It's absolutely done. That bet is done. 2 of you in the chat now. By the way, hold on. Where's Harry gone? Thank you very much, Harry Parker. Thank you very much indeed, young man. Right, now 2 of you are going to win £500 if this bet comes in. The bet comes in. Now, I've not had much time to. I think if this would be a song, it would be a song about young Humphreys, who obviously plays for Chelsea. And so what we're just going to say is in the chat, you have to type this phrase to be entered to qualify to be one of the 2 names out the hat should this bet come in. And in homage to Humphreys, I don't even know what his first name is. It's going to be he humps 3 times basically in homage to Humphreys. So he humps 3 times. You need to put that in the chat. Oh dear, this is bad. Oh, honestly, it does me nothing when he goes to see these chick flicks. He really does, and leaves me on my own. You have to type that into the chat, spam it into the chat. If you type that into the chat, and this unlikely sequence of events happens, which will be West Ham United 2, Chelsea 2, Jared Bowen scores, James Ward-Prowse scores, Nicholas Jackson scores, and whoops. Oh dear, I'm not actually lying here. I've done. You will understand it. You will verify it. If you put £1 down on these odds and done what I've done, you'll see it comes out at £1,000, which is why I said £500 each. This was an accident. I only meant to do yellow cards, by the way. I only meant. I only meant to do a yellow card. I honestly, I promise you, I only meant to do a yellow card. All right, I've I've done Lucas Paqueta to get sent off, but I didn't mean anything by it. All right, I didn't mean anything by it. Do you know what? That chat anything about humping, anything about anything 3 times will do me. All right, and I said do me, do anyone, wouldn't it? 3 humps, hey, it's a good day. Good day. We're joking. Good month, isn't it? Let's be fair. I do apologise. Okay, it was meant to be that Lucas Paqueta gets a yellow card. So in the unlikely event that it finishes 2-2, Jackson scores, Bowen scores, Ward-Prowse scores, and Lucas Paqueta gets sent off. So 2 people are going to win £500 as long as you've posted something about humping in the live chat. If that doesn't make you subscribe to the channel, I'm not sure what will, quite frankly. I'm a bit worried now. Now I'm slightly. That's it, Scott. You know that'll do. That'll do. You're in the competition. Let's put it that way. I am now wondering if Lucas Paqueta gets sent off, am I in trouble? Am I like one of those people? I didn't do it with Betway. I did it with Bet365. Oh dear. That's rather out of context, isn't it? I mean, but I agree because I put the bet on incorrectly. Moyes needs to go. Absolutely right. I blame him for that. Whew, okay. That's the tough bit out of the way, quite frankly. It's a lot of multitasking. There's a lot of windows open. It's clear I'm going to make a mistake. I think I might be, actually. I like that. That's good. You're entered into the competition as well, Tim. To be fair, do you know what? Hey, while Geo's at the Barbie cinema, it's not the bar, it's just a regular cinema that's showing Barbie. While Geo's out watching Barbie, the rules are out the window. Anyone that's posted anything in the chat is welcome. Let's be fair, that is highly unlikely. This is what I'm concerned about. This is exactly what I'm concerned about. You lot are funny. I've got to say, there's some really funny. Some really funny things written in the chat here, and it's sorry. Hurry up, Charlie. Right, let's get back onto it. I'm going to read out West Ham's starting lineup, but not Chelsea's, because a few of them I can't pronounce. So we've got Areola in goal, Soufal, Zuma, Agurd, Emerson, Souček, Paqueta, Ward-Prowse. Debut for Ward-Prowse, Bowen, Benrahma, Antonio. It is worth saying that Edson Alvarez is on the bench. I'd love to see him at some point. I think that would be really good. How are people feeling about James Ward-Prowse, by the way? Barrow House 27, you're very kind. Very kind. Thank you very much indeed. Very nice of you. How are we feeling then about James Ward-Prowse? As not so much in being in the team, but are we happy with his signing? Do we think are you hopeful, basically? I think I was not initially impressed, truth be known, when we were first linked to him. I thought, but it wasn't just James Ward-Prowse. I don't overly blame him. It was that whole thing that David Moyes it seemed like we were going to be buying a load of just a load of Premier League players in their late 20s, early 30s. It didn't seem like there was an awful lot of invention or scouting going on, quite frankly, really. So I think that worried me. When it's actually, if it's Ward-Prowse and, we get some of the other players we're linked with, Mavropanos, who are the name I love saying more than any other, he's on his way over. Looks like he's signed the next couple of days. Signed Edson Alvarez. We signed a bunch of these players and James Ward-Prowse. I'm happy as Larry. I'm looking. It's like this. Hey, welcome. Basically, he's saying, welcome, James Ward-Prowse. Moyes, off your hop. So I've grown. I've grown on the idea, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him play. I mean, this is interesting. Yeah, it will be really good to watch him. I do wonder. There's a couple of people. I don't know why. Number one, I don't know why Danger Mouse clicked it. Number two, sorry, I don't know why he typed it. Number two, I don't know why I clicked it. But there you go. Yeah, look, I just hope that's not the case. I really hope that is not the case. we got here? Got imagine Ward-Prowse cross. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. But look, I'm hopeful when I see the old Mavropanos there. He looks like he can head the ball. And he's tall enough to. So, to be fair, my daughter can head a football. Not that she's not a soft one, obviously not hard one. We don't want all that stuff. But she's probably not tall enough to dominate in the air at the moment. What are you talking about? What are you going on about? Why are you spamming my chat? Right? What are you banging on about? Does this look like the type of place where we give a donkeys about that type of crap? Of course we don't. Can someone get rid of him, please, whoever he is? Do you know what I mean? I don't even know why I clicked on him. Blimey, do you know what I mean? If you ain't got anything interesting to add on either West Ham, betting, or the Barbie film, we're not interested over here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I will. Thank you very much. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, there we go. She didn't muck around, did she? With a sub, I did think that actually. I did. I don't mean I thought Moyes out and Wiegman in, but I tell you what, I did think earlier on. I saw her do it. I thought Southgate would never do that. I am sort of Southgate out, Wiegman in, maybe. Anyway, there we go. I did. Red alert, wasn't it? Red alert. We don't want any of that. You know, it's not that type of channel. I don't give a bloody monkeys what packs you're opening on your FIFA game, pal. Do you know what I mean? It's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Now there's a man that hasn't got the kahunas to bet on Lucas Paquetá to be sent off, and it's going to be very unpopular to do so. Anyway, this boy looks good. I mean, he really does look good. I would really hope. I'm absolutely with you, mate. I'd hope that we can sign this player, because it's the final thing. I think that we're. I don't just mean one player. I mean, we're lacking in pace. The one thing that concerns me with this game, and I thought it sort of concerned me in Bournemouth as well, is the defence looks decent enough. I thought we defended. I know it was only Bournemouth, but it looks decent enough. Gerd was shaky at points. I know Zuma made a bit of a mistake, but I think look, we bought a defensive midfielder, I think, which is really good as well. I thought our midfield three functioned really well. If David Moyes is going to play counter-attacking football, that's what he's going to play, but we just lack the pace to counter-attack effectively. So I think the final piece of jigsaw is to bring in some pace. And I mean, you mentioned fullback there in your comments as well. Absolutely, yes. A fullback with some pace as well would be decent. He would make an awful Ken. Look, I've got to say, I haven't seen, unlike Geo, I've not been blessed enough to see the latest Barbie film. Maybe I'll find some time. But I did see Barbie in, I think it was Toy Story 3 or 4. I saw Barbie and Ken in that. So that's the last time I've seen Ken on the silver screen. There's something I never thought I'd say. Look, from what I've seen, he looks like attacking midfielder, but he can play wide as well. And I do believe he's played sometimes for Ajax, but also sometimes I've seen him play and they have had a number 9, literally a number 9, wearing number 9. And he's been the furthest forward. So I think he's versatile. If... that's right. Sorry, someone. Yes, that's absolutely right. I think if David Moyes is going to do it, I would not be surprised at all if we got the boy in from Ajax, Kudus from Ajax, and then he moved Bowen into a central position. That would not surprise me in any way, shape, or form at all. This I absolutely agree. Oh, the first part. Sorry, Henry. The first part I absolutely agree with on that. By the way, it's I think we are absolutely crying out for a striker. Do you know what? I actually do think as well Solanke would suit David Moyes' system. And by the way, thank you very much, N Thornton, for your generosity, my friends. That's yeah, what can I say? He's a Johnny come lately, Geo, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? If he was like me, he'd have seen it 2 months ago, for goodness sake. Yeah, I love it. One of me favourites. Which one is this then, Garino? Which one? Now that's not Wahi, who is the Montpellier striker. Oh, apparently, I don't know, is allegedly a naughty. Should bet on him being sent off as well. He's allegedly he's a naughty boy, so that might not happen. And just in case you're wondering why Ian is typing that, that's the phrase that pays. But we have also decided that any phrase pays today. That's a cracking question, Raf. That's a cracking question. Yes, I would. That's my answer to you. I absolutely would. I think he looks all right. You know, look, he's the best striker in the world. No, I do think he's a workaholic and he would suit our system. Mr. Collingwood, that is absolutely what I heard. And that's that as well. Hold on. What? I'm a bit busy at the moment doing a video. What's the score, please, on that? I don't know. What's this? When do you think? Okay, I think quicker. I'm all good, thank you, Kevin. On the Paqueta situation, quicker than happened with Ivan Toney. The thing with Ivan Toney, it was just the FA, and we're dealing with a little bit more than that now. And the charges are not the same as well. And they are. And we're just saying they're charges. This is not a conviction or anything. The charges are more severe than what was levelled against Ivan Toney, even though he had more of them. There was no 4, 5. Wait, hold on. Come on, guys. Come on here. You know, what's going on? You're confusing me. No, it's. Do you know what? I would suggest maybe some of you. Why are some of you more delayed when you're watching the match than others? Like, it's almost as if some people are watching it in real time, and some people are watching a delayed version of the game. It's for this is why I love you lot. This is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. Thank you very much. He asketh for clarification, and they giveth confusion, such as the such as the naughtiness of the Hammers chat. Hold on. That's a funny old name. Duracell Plus 06. Some people are lying. I think there's a bloody lot of people lying. Quite frankly, you've cottoned on us exactly what they're like over here. Duracell. I've got to tell you now. I have to tell you. Little tip off here. Little tip off. You don't have to click the link or anything. Nothing like that. In Aldi, ALDI, not the car. Aldi. You know, like Lidl's, the cheapo supermarket, right? They're selling them cheap. Duracell. I know the Duracell. What's the difference between a Duracell and a Duracell Plus? Whatever they are. You know, the Duracell with the copper bit, you know, the black bit and the copper bit at the top. Cheap in Aldi. Cheap, I tell you. But by the checkouts. Now go looking up and down the aisles and by the checkouts. I did that mistake yesterday. Excellent. Oh, excellent. I'm looking forward to added time multi-ball on that. Oh, sorry. Are they playing Everton? Is that what's going on? The score. I'm getting all excited about the score. So they're obviously, yeah. Look, Tyler's saying Everton relegated. Is that that's good. That's good. Anyway, sorry. Yes, Everton. It's that pressure of year upon year upon year, struggling with sort of no glimmer of success, and that pressure, I think, you know, just on a club does eventually sort of tell, doesn't it? Do you know what, Pat? And you're not the first person to type it in there, by the way, but you're the first person I've clicked on. Good point. Are we reading something into that? We're reading something into that. Hold on, I didn't mean anything. You mean Duracell? I see what you're saying. Yes, sorry, a bit slow on that one. I don't know where Kara is. No idea at all. He hasn't phoned me up today. He usually doesn't, actually. To be fair, I cannot think of a single occasion when Tilo Kara has ever phoned me up. Getting a bit paranoid about it, actually. I think he don't like me. So yeah, he's not. Hold on. Sorry, I've got a fun fact. I don't know. My point is, are we reading something into Tilo Care? What are we saying? He's off? Maybe with Mavropanos coming in. Maybe, just maybe. He's off. Gonzo, fun fact. Apart from Everton, we're now the team with the most Premier League seasons. Oh, there you go. Not bad. Yeah, but I certainly, throughout my life, I've noticed us getting relegated more than we are at the moment. Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. That'll thank you very much, Mr. Thornton. That's that'll go towards the plums. I didn't pay for the plums, truth be known. Plums were plucked. My plums were plucked off my very own bush in the it's not bush, a tree, Victoria plum tree. Very nice. It's overflowing. It's overflowing with ripe, juicy plums. Some have actually gone mouldy. Actually, got to be careful. Particularly the mouldy one touches an overly ripe one. That one becomes mouldy as well. Anyway, there you go. Now you please heard that. Do you think Mubama will get any Premier League action in the coming games? That's a good question, Jake. Yeah. I think the pressure. I say the pressure comes on Moyes. He doesn't listen to this noise. This stuff he doesn't listen to. Social media he doesn't listen to. That's why I say with David Moyes more than any other manager, there's an onus on him, on the press that are at the press conference, to ask him the questions that the fans want to. So my problem with these press conferences is you might get the guy that's doing whatever, the Aston Villa game might be doing the West Ham game next week, and the guy that's at West Ham this week, might be doing the Man United game this week. They don't have enough encyclopedic knowledge of the club to ask those questions. So for them, for instance, Danny Ings is substituted on. He doesn't play well. It's just a game. Oh, Danny Ings has come on. He's not played particularly well. They don't have the knowledge of, okay, so, well, hold on, David Moyes, this keeps happening. When are you going to give Mubama a chance? So you'd almost need the press to put the pressure on him, because the fans can't, quite frankly. And so, yeah, I would like to think that he will. I think he's. Do you know what? I'm not saying he deserves to start every game, but he's earned a chance. He deserves a chance. He played and scored in Europe last year. He was part of the FA Youth Cup winning team. I'll tell you, it's a little video we're going to be doing. We're doing it with my old man, and we're just doing a little bit of research, actually. But we're going to be doing it, whatever, week or two. Something, probably wait for the transfer window to stop, and want to see what David was doing in the first few games. But it's like my old man said, which was very, very interesting, which is strange for him. But he said, I wonder how many FA Youth Cup winning teams didn't then go on to give their youngsters a proper chance in the first team, or one or two or something like that. So we're actually going to have a little look into it, actually. But even someone like Chelsea, you look at Chelsea, and there are, look at Colwell. Got Colwell involved in there, of course. I know Reece James injured, but he was there, and I know he's established, but he was through their academy as well. In the last game, Conor Gallagher started. They're not afraid to throw their young players in. Klopp isn't afraid to throw his young players in. Neither, I think Garnacho, I thought they pretty stinky Man U at the moment, but Garnacho played. He's a youngster from their academy the other day. What's his name? Rico Lewis, perhaps that's his name. For Man City, he's just signed a new deal as well. It's most other clubs give their outstanding youngsters a chance. So then you just got to think, well, hold on, is he an outstanding youngster, Mubama? I think he couldn't have done any more, could he? Won the FA Youth Cup, scored in Europe. A chance might be nice. And when I say a chance, 2 or 3 substitute appearances off the bench, and maybe a couple of games. Let's have a look. Let's just have a look. If he doesn't look quite ready, then that's fine. Send him on loan on the second half of the season or something like that. But give him a chance. Don't be found wanting. Don't be left wondering. What are we doing? Someone's calling someone stupid in the chat. Hold on. Hold on. Let me put me.
Save him. Hello. You alright?
Hello, Charlie.
Coming to you live from a hurricane. You alright? You good?
Yeah, Charlie's here, everyone. Yeah, I'm alright.
It's me. The thing about youth players is, right, I was just hearing what you're saying there.
Young, aren't they?
100% agree with you. They are at most, I would say, up to 23 potentially. Sometimes you see a youth player break through and they're as old as 23, and I think that's not really a youth player anymore, is it? But apparently so. I think the thing is, when you look at Chelsea and you look at Man City, right, is the other thing to remember is, one, they have the best academies just around. They have insane training facilities. They have insane coaches. Like, the amount of work that they get put into making these young players is something else. Look how many as well leave. You know, look how
Yeah.
many young players leave those clubs. So actually, the ones that do make it are the creme de la creme, the very best you could possibly be. You know, you only have to look at how many players have left Man City in recent years to go to just Southampton, say, to see how many they go through to find the Rico Lewises and that. The problem is we sort of need to get to that stage. Whereas we have a crop now where it looks like it potentially will happen. But I do think we need to have some sort of level of expectation management, because they might have Rico Lewis in their team. Like you called out, Chelsea have a bunch of the young players who are in their team now, which is really good for them, because before they were selling them like hotcakes before. They couldn't get enough of getting rid of their young players. But they do have to go through a hell of a lot of those young players to find a Conor Gallagher, to find a whoever playing. So it's a very difficult and complicated situation in youth development.
It is. No. You are absolutely right. But yes, now we have enough of them to be able to do that, as you say. And Martson as well. I got that confirmed by our friend who's also called Charlie, over on the what's his Chelsea channel called?
Blue Brothers.
Blue Brother. And he was saying, I thought maybe he didn't come through their academy, but no, he's come through. He is Dutch, but he's come through. He's come through the academy. So yeah, that's interesting. Someone's compared us to Ken and Barbie.
Which one am I? Barbie, long hair. I'll take that.
Look at the length of the hair.
I will happily take that, Gonzo. I am a Barbie girl, and I tell you what, I'm living a Barbie world.
Your hair is particularly Rapunzel-like at the moment, may I say, Charlie?
It's insane, Gonzo. When it's wet after I've just washed it, and it's like, because my hair's a bit wavy, right, a little bit. But when I wash it and it's like completely straight, it almost touches my butt.
Excellent. That sounds fun.
It's where we're at. It's where we're at.
I'll be using it as to entertain me. So I'll be tickling me bum with me hair. I think if that was me.
It's a lot. I'm molting, Gonzo, like crazy, like an animal. I just walk around the house and I just find like, oh, there's some of my hair. Oh, there's some.
Yes.
It's a big thing. It's emphasized because of the lack of beard at the moment as well. That makes it only seem longer.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if your beard. I'm not sure that.
No, I'll tell you what. Because on the Patreon, where we do Two Spanners, One Hammer, a Patreon exclusive podcast of hammerschat.com. Patreon.com/hammerschat.
Yep.
So the first time I appeared on camera after I'd shaved for like the last couple of months or whatever.
Yeah.
Was with Ray, obviously, when I do Two Spanners. And when we're just sitting in the backstage before we go live or whatever, Ray goes, "Your hair looks very long, Charlie." And I'm like, "Bro, I've shaved. It's the same length as it was last week. But I've just shaved." And he's like, "Oh." So there is something to it. Although
I think so. What are you thinking about the team?
I'm happy with it. I think that was basically what I wanted.
What's the poll
I feel a bit
say?
sorry for Fornals. The polls, yeah, we can have a look at that actually, because we asked how you were feeling about the starting 11, and out of almost the 1,000 people who voted, very close to 1,000 this time.
Thank you.
2% of people, Gonzo, were fuming. 7% said it's poor. 23% said they're very happy, and 66% said it's all right, which is a very high percentage of happiness you're going with. I would say, it's probably all right as well. I mean, it's difficult. I can't think of a better lineup we could put in at this stage. So you could make an argument for very happy, but obviously there's some holes that we need to sort out. But I mean, I think that's pretty much what I would have gone for as well. I just feel a bit sorry for Fornals, but in reality, I think going forward, I think this is probably the best formation, the best 11 we could have gone with.
And at a time when it appears that Sevilla are sniffing around Fornals.
I really don't want. We'll probably do videos. You might have done a video already. I haven't been around, but
no, but first I haven't. But I haven't. No, I've been.
I would not want to sell Fornals for the money that was getting rumoured around. He's too important in the squad.
What was the money being rumoured? I
saw like 8 to 11 million euros, like 8 million euros.
23 for him, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I think it's because he's on. I don't know if he's on his last year of his contract, whether it's next year, might be this year. So it's obviously going to be less. But like 8 million euros for a player who's as important to us as Pablo Fornals seems crazy talk. You can't let that happen, surely.
Yeah.
How are you going to replace him for 8 million euros? What are you going to do? Who are you going to buy? Like I know, like don't get me wrong. I know we've got Tim Sidon who's supposed to like be able to go and find these people or whatever. But like. Yeah, you find them and then you let them grow for a couple of years, so then they're ready to absolutely destroy it in the first team. You don't buy them and throw them straight in. It feels, especially in a time where someone might be leaving for an undisclosed amount of time, be it months, be it whatever, due to betting allegations. Like,
maybe buy Jadon Sancho at the end of the season after he's had just give him 12 more months with Ten Hag. He'd barely be able to, barely even recognise the football.
yeah, I know, but I listen. Maybe. His reputation is somewhat soiled at this point. Jadon Sancho, poor little Jadon. No, he's not. He's not the sought-after young player he once was, is he?
I bet they thought it was Christmas, didn't they? Borussia Dortmund. Listen, don't get me wrong. He looked a really, really talented, but it's not. I don't ever think it's too much about him. That is someone joining the wrong club. That's the example
100%.
of that. I'm sure if he'd have stayed there, he would have carried on playing at that sort of higher level. It's a bit of a graveyard, actually. I think. I
mean, look at Pogba. Pogba was one of the best midfielders in the world, and then he joined them and turned out just. Almost overnight, it felt like he just became trash.
It's the club, though. It's a club, and it has been for quite some time. Well, since I think they sold it to the Glazers, and then Fergie kept it going for a little bit. But after that, he mastered mismanagement for 2 or 3 years. Then he went, and no one can really master mismanagement there anymore, anyway. So, which is what can you do? And Harry Maguire's decided to stay there. I'm pleased. Are you pleased about that?
It wasn't. We need a centre back. He wasn't my first choice.
No.
I would have been. I would have been happy with him existing in the team. I think he's a good centre back. I like him more than most people do. I think he would definitely work under David Moyes. But from a squad building perspective, in my head, we have to go with someone like Mavropanos, who is happy to probably play second fiddle for now, but with the knowledge that Zuma and Aged are probably going to get injured at some point, and they can come in and be first choice, and we can grow. If you're buying a former Manchester United captain for £30 million plus on 100 and whatever grand a week, that's commanding first team football every single week without fail. And we can't have that sort of vibe, let alone all the stuff about. I mean, I know you've spoken about it at length. The doesn't want to come to West Ham and all that stuff. Just ignoring all that, which is a completely different side of why we wouldn't want that transfer to happen. Just on a logistics standpoint, it felt like the wrong decision. But he would have worked. I wouldn't have been against it. I think he's a good player, but it's not the right move for us as a football club at this time.
Excellent. I totally agree. I couldn't agree more. Charlie, I'm going to depart now, and I'm going to get myself ready for the game. No, you're very welcome. I am going to come and I'm trying to find a different word. I'm going to take over at half-time for a couple of minutes, aren't I?
Yes.
I just said it was a phrase. It was a wrong thing to say. I had a phrase I had in my mind. I can't say that. My mind's churning. You can't say that. Not like a live video. Can't say that live. I'll take over for a couple of minutes at half-time, not rather than the other rude thing that was in my mind. Which would be practically impossible, bearing in mind we're miles away from one another. But anyway, thank you, Charlie. I'll catch up with you later. You can dump me out. You press the button.
I see how time goes. Just an unhinged man. It's just an unhinged man. I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well. It is West Ham versus Chelsea. What a time to be alive. It's a stressful day. It's a stressful game. However, we could be in for a good one looking at the lineups. As I go through them, I'll ask you all on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident, 10 being the most confident. How confident are you of a West Ham result today as we run through the two teams? Hello, everyone. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Man like Charlie, West Ham Faithful. If you haven't subscribed to West Ham Faithful already, you best know what to be doing. And disabled teams here as well. Oh my God, Stu's here as well. Big up. My G, Stu. How are you, sir? I hope the Stu, have we got a new disabled? We've got a new family member of the disabled team yet? Has that happened? Are we there yet? Hope so. I'm hyped for it. Thoughts on Mavropanos. I'll say this very quickly before we look at the lineups. They are rolling across the bottom screen just in case you haven't seen them. I'm really up on this one. I think for me, look, as a centre back, I like him. I think he every time I've seen him play, which hasn't been that much, I've been impressed. I'm like, oh, he looks like a solid centre back. Oh, he's fairly decent on the ball, dribbling, bit like Harry Maguire was to some extent, coming out from the back with a ball and that. I think he joined Arsenal way too early, and so there's like a sort of stigma about him being bad because of that. I don't think that's necessarily true. I'm very high on it. I like the fee. I like the player. I'm for it. I'm very, very for it. Let's look at these teams. Where's the button I'm looking to press? The button, ladies and gentlemen, is here. West Ham line up as such. Areola starts in goal with Sufal, Zuma, Aged and Emerson at the back. Ward-Prowse, Souček and Paquetá start in midfield with Bowen, Antonio and Benrahma in the attacking positions. Zuma, of course, the captain today. One change from the Bournemouth side. And like I said, I think Pablo Fornals can count himself incredibly unlucky to not start today. I think he had such a good performance. I think the whole midfield, actually, to be fair, in general, had such a good performance against Bournemouth that dropping any of them felt harsh. It just happened to be Fornals, and I think probably for the future of the club, that's the right thing to do. Realistically, I think this is closer to the 11 that we would be playing, which would be that Moyes would consider his strongest 11. So putting them on the pitch as quickly as possible, getting them used to playing together, all of that stuff should work. In my head, I'm interested to see who's playing deeper between Paquetá, or I'm just going to keep saying it in different ways because I keep getting told I'm wrong. Every time I say it, no matter which way, I keep getting told I'm wrong. So I'm going to keep, Simon, good to see. So I'm just going to keep saying it different ways now. Paquetá played deeper against Bournemouth. I thought had a really good game. Ward-Prowse, I would imagine, would be the deeper person, but also realistically, I think I would maybe trust Paquetá with the work rate, with the pay. I don't know. It's a difficult one. It's an interesting one, which we'll see how will happen. Apart from that, we sort of know how the rest of this team is going to work, right? Thank you very much, M. Very kind of you to say. Very, very kind of you to say. 4-4 win and around a 7-4 draw. We take that. Michael Levy's you is going with the 1-3-2-3-4-2-3-3 out of 10, which is huge, to be fair. Which is absolutely huge. Will we reach 30% possession? I'm going to say, Scott, we do, but I'm saying it's like our big 32. Like, I don't think it's going to be like that much higher than that. -10, says Tom. Harry saying 5.8 for the win. 8 for some points, 10 for a corner offside. He needs to be investigated for offside bets. I made this check with West Ham Faithful yesterday. Like, it can't. Like, it's too obvious. There would be a family in the Ivory Coast with the surname Cornet who would all be millionaires and living in mansions if he was doing it. It's too obvious. 4 to 25% if we're lucky. Yeah, maybe. She's at the hospital as we speak. Well, good luck, bro. Good luck. Hopefully, if it happens during the stream, let me know. But obviously, family first and all that. But good luck. Good luck. I saw your post. It's a very exciting day. Barbie moved to Idaho. It's a good listen. I haven't seen it yet. I want to, though. Out of that and Oppenheimer, I can't lie. I do want to see Barbie more. Like, I get it. Oppenheimer's good and all that. But, like, come on now. Optimistic we can get something. Chuck, good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day. See, 2-1. We'll get into score predictions, but I'm interested to see how it happens because I feel like there's going to be more confidence in that sense. I feel like there's a lot of confidence flowing through us right now, and I'm kind of here for it. Alan said disappointed not to see Alvarez, but this formation and team is the best we currently have. I would agree. The bench, of course, Alvarez does make an appearance on, and I suspect we might see a little late sub. I'm thinking 91st minute type thing for Alvarez potentially, but the bench: Fabianski, Johnson, Cresswell. Fabianski, Johnson, Cresswell, Fornals, Cornet, Ings, Alvarez, Ogbonna, and Mubama. So you're talking, it was a fairly balanced bench as well. You've got one centre back, you've got a right back, you've got a left back, you've got a defensive midfielder, you've got an attacking midfielder, you've got a winger, you've got strikers. There's a balance to it, which I quite like. I will say that obviously you're missing maybe another winger on there, but you're sacrificing that for a striker. I like the balance of it. Someone is always going to have to miss out, and obviously today it's Kehrer. Kehrer is not on the bench. I don't know if he's injured or not, but he obviously isn't on the bench for whatever reason, and someone will always have to miss out given our numbers at this point. There will always be, it's usually Johnson. I like having Johnson on the bench. Cresswell being on the bench is interesting as well today. But I like having people who can play in every position just in case. And when we're missing a position, it's a bit frustrating to me. So he was unlucky at Arsenal. Yeah, I think he was just way too early. He joined there where he was like 19, 20 or something. So for a centre-back, it's just never going to happen, right? But yeah, I think so. Would love to see a free kick, James Ward-Prowse free kick, but I honestly can't see us having enough of the ball around the edge of the box. I think it's likely. I agree with you that we won't have the ball that much near their box. I 100% agree with you there, Woody. 100%. What I would say is that I suspect, we play counter-attacking football, right? So we're going to get the ball. We're just going to punt it long at Mikel Antonio, and then he's going to get fouled somewhere near the area. That's the idea. that's the idea. I can see James Ward-Prowse having a couple of opportunities today. Not many, certainly, but a couple at least. Thoughts on possibility of getting Origi for 7 million? Is 7 million a number that's being around? I can't be against it for 7 million, but I'd have to. I don't know how he's been doing recently, but he is a player who I've always thought would work in a David Moyes system. 7 mil depends on his wages, but I wouldn't necessarily be against, given it's someone who would be a backup, but it would only be a backup. But as a short-term solution, while David Moyes is here, I'm not necessarily against it, but I'd have to look a bit deeper into it to give it a full opinion. Let's have a look at how Chelsea are lining up. Chelsea, with a very vibey, I must say, a very vibey graphic here. Start with Sanchez, Diassi, Silva, Colwell, and Gusto at the back. Gusto, of course, the one we played against Lyon, right back. Made the wrong choice going to Chelsea, in my opinion, but there we go, we move. Just because once from James today, he's never going to play, is he? Fernandes, Gallagher, and Chukwuemeka in midfield, with Ben Chilwell on one side, Raheem Sterling on the other, and Nicholas Jackson up front. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Their bench, with a lot of people I don't actually know anything about. We've got Bergstrom, don't know. Humphreys, don't know. Cucurella, Matson, Caicedo, Okuchukwu, which I've never known how to pronounce, Mudryk, Madueke, and Burstow, who I don't know. There's quite a few players I don't know there, which is exciting and fun for us. Again, like I say, very vibey, very Chelsea, if I was to say that. Very Chelsea. Like, I like our, just in general, from a graphic design perspective, loving our graphics at the moment. I'm liking this, like, X design thing. I considered adopting it in our branding for the season after I saw them doing it. Couldn't be asked, but I do like it. However, it's just good, isn't it? It's just good. And I don't know why I like the cut-off words. I just do. But a strong team from Chelsea. It's going to be interesting to see how they play. I think this is the right time to do it. I think realistically, you're looking at a side who aren't 100% settled yet. They've got a lot of people coming in. You've got a lot of people coming in who are going to be trying to find their way into the team. Caicedo makes the bench today. Lavia doesn't. I don't quite know how that midfield three of Lavia, Caicedo, and Fernandes works necessarily. But I feel like they have a lot of numbers. They have a lot of people in who are very good, and they have a good manager to try and figure it out. But some people will lose out, and they'll have to end up selling them. Who it will be? Probably Madueke for a start. But there will probably be people who lose out. But I think they have the right manager. I'm hoping that now is the right time. They're too soon to actually get in there and make it all happen. That's the hope, at least. That's the hope. And with that, we are a little bit short on time today, given the fact that I was a little bit late, and obviously me and Gonzo spoke for a while as well. So I tell you what, should we skip? Let's skip straight to score predictions, shall we? We've got about 6 minutes before the game kicks off. Let me know what your score prediction is in the chat below. We'll see how you lot are feeling. I'm going to say 1-1. I'm going to say 1-1. Part of me feels like we've really got a chance to get this and to take something from this game. And I would like to predict more. And like I say, I do think we've got the right people on the pitch. And James Ward-Prowse, opening game, always going to give you a chance from a free kick. But I'm going to stick with 1-1. But I'm interested to see what your opinions are. What's your best situation you can see us if having Paqueta gone for a while? Well, I think realistically, we'll play the exact same system, except you would maybe just see James Ward-Prowse take up the Paqueta role. And then you have Edson Alvarez and WHUCHE in defence midfield, potentially. Or you drop James Ward-Prowse into the Paqueta role like he was playing against Bournemouth, and you put Edson Alvarez, Edson Alvarez, James Ward-Prowse, and Fornals. I'm not sure. It's going to be on a game-by-game basis, Jake. We'll have to see how it goes. But as other people have pointed out, I suspect this is going to run on for a while before we get any sort of definitive. I don't think it'll take as long as Tony's, because it seems to be over a much, much shorter period of time. So there'll be less games to look through and all that sort of stuff. But I do suspect we'll have a little while to think about it yet. GP with the £2. Thank you very much. Alvarez on bench is like Geo in Gonzo's kind of. I should also say thank you. I don't know if Gonzo did any of these. I'm sure he did. But thank you to Harry, to Barrow, to Thornton twice. Very kind of you. And to GP. Very kind of you all. Thank you very much. I'll be putting your names in the top corner in a second. But yeah. I wonder what the odds are for giving. Don't out my business here, sir. I'm not manipulating the markets. It's not me. it just seems more fun to me. It just seems more fun to me. Like, listen, Oppenheimer seems like a good film. But in my opinion, any film over 2 hours long is having to do something special to keep my attention. Oppenheimer seems good. Seems great. I suspect I'll quite like it. I like Chris Nolan. He did Batman, so always in my good graces. Barbie just seems like a good time, good soundtrack. You know? That song that Pink Pantheress did for it. That one, it's good songs, man. While we go through your score predictions, I should remind you, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Hello, welcome. We do watch alongs for every single game. We do build up show, watch along review. I don't know what's going to happen next weekend. I'm away because of wrestling. I'm off to the wrestling at Wembley. It's all very exciting. So I won't be here next week, so I'm not sure what's happening. But we do watch alongs every single game without fail. We've only missed 2 so far in the 4 seasons or so we've been doing this, something like that, 3-4 seasons. It's been a while, and we've only missed 2. So if you're ever looking for a way to keep up with the game, hang out with people while the game is going on, make sure to come back, hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out on any of that future stuff, and like the video because it helps us out massively. 300 is usually our goal to try and hit every time. We're at 243 right now, so we could very easily hit 300 today, which would be good. And while I'm there, if you are looking for a way to keep up with the game specifically, there are definitely ways you can do it. Basically scroll down to the link in the description below. There's a bit there called join our Discord, lovely Hammers chat, West Ham community, but more importantly on the left hand side there's a bit called stream links in which you'll find what you're looking for. Billy, good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. Let's have a look at the score predictions. Teapot Pixie starts with 2-2, 0-0, 2-2, 1-1, 1-1, 4-0 to Chelsea. Oh, Ian, stress. 1-0, 1-1 being optimistic, 4-0 Chelsea. Dan, stress. Alan saying 2-0 West Ham, no idea why. I love that. 2-0, 5-0 Chuck. Stress. 6 on defeat GP. Stress. It's 4-0, 3-0. A false positive, yeah, potentially. 3-2, 3-1, 1-1. Seeing their 11, I believe for confident. Listen. Yeah. Worst case scenario is we score first weirdly because we defend like hell as soon as we score. Potentially, although I feel like that suits us more. I know it's a controversial thing to say at the moment, given our opinions after the Bournemouth game and everything, but I do think it suits us more. But I understand 100% what you're saying. I trust us more to defend a lead than I trust us to try and get back into a game, is how I would probably word it. 2-1 says Callum. Anyone sees the third kit? Yeah, I'm not super into the third kit, I can't lie. 2-1 to West Ham, 3-1 to the Hammers, Ward-Prowse with a birdie. 5-0. Hart says 1-1, Head says 3-0, probably fair. 2-1 to the Hammers, says Disabled Team, says Stu. We take that. 2-2, 2-1, 3-1, 3-1 says Obsidian. Curse 3-0. James Ward-Prowse free kick. Suchek Mudryk own goal. Best I can see is a 3-1 loss. I think, like I say, I'm going to go with 1-1. Bit of a boring score, but it is also one that I think is plausible. I think we could get a goal. I think they could very easily get a goal. At that sense, it becomes a bit of a toss-up of which way it's going to go. My gut says 1-1. I think, although, as I was just saying, the idea of going ahead first because of the way we defend seems like a scary product after especially what happened with Bournemouth. But personally, I would say that realistically, I trust us to defend the lead more than I trust us to defend the lead more than I trust us to try and regain one. So in that sense, I would be big into the idea of, actually grabbing a goal and going ahead. And also, we've seen against teams like Manchester City and that we are really capable when we want to be of defending leads. We can be really, really good at it. We can really just stomp teams out and stop them from getting anywhere. And that's kind of the hope and the dream here, in that sense. But we will find out as the game is about to kick off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining. It's West Ham United versus... Bells are available. Bells are available. Going full way down, just a whole big wheel like in Skyrim. Bells are available today. I should say that we are live. It is West Ham versus Chelsea in the Premier League at the London Stadium. Big game. Interesting to see what happens. I thank you all for joining. We will see exactly how this ends up working out. Let me find this, what I need. Where do I need that? I did see that. Insane, right? I had this exact same reaction. Bubbles is playing in the background. I'm, of course, in Idaho today, so you'll be slightly before me. But I will let you know exactly. We have a timer in the top corner, so you know exactly how far behind you I will be. I did see this. Insane, right? A fair play to the lads, you know what I mean? After all this time, making it happen, you got to respect it. You got to respect it. A few more score predictions quickly. Robert saying 1-0. I did not hear this and I did not see this, Wally, and I'm annoyed that I didn't. 1-1 says Peter. Big. We're about to get underway. Come on, you irons. Deploy the boys. It's time to run 2 things. Ladies and gentlemen, the London Stadium, West Ham versus Chelsea, East versus West. Big. Big. Hope you're well, sir. Official. I'll just call you official. Hope you're well, bro. My trustworthy friend, Judas. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Chelsea starting the game off. Throwing on the left-hand side, trying to find their way through. Raheem Sterling's there. Pings it back across over the top of it. That wasn't Raheem Sterling, was it? It was not Raheem Sterling. I can see Raheem Sterling now, so I have no idea who that was. This is going to be a problem numbers-wise. It's going to be a problem numbers-wise, but we'll see how it goes. Interested to see Conor Gallagher probably going to stay at this point. I can't imagine anyone paying the price for that. Oh, it's a good opportunity. Jackson tries to take a swing of it. Can't quite get there. It'd be interesting to see how he plays. The counter-attack opportunity for West Ham, maybe, but a baller. Antonio goes down off the ball. He's asking for a free kick. Referee nonplussed, not moved from the situation. Trying to look at how our midfield's set up when we're defending. Obviously, Bowen and Ben Rama are dropping very deep. Chelsea are on the ball, passing it around in midfield at the moment. Just inside the centre circle, inside that kind of area. I'm trying to see exactly how we set up. James Ward-Prowse seems to be... James Ward-Prowse is the deeper of the two. Out of himself and Paquetá, he is the deeper of the two. He seems to be playing on the left side and WHUCHE on the right, which makes sense, I guess. That makes sense. Well, Paquetá has gone down there. He's gone down heavy. He went up for a header with one of the Chelsea players and he's gone down holding his ankle. He's still down as West Ham carry on their attack. James Ward-Prowse, ball. Ooh, looking for a little curved ball over the top for Bowen. You love to see it. But, oh my days. My CB, my brother. How are you, sir? How are you? Bruv. OG person, CB. How are you, sir? Hope you're well. Paquetá is still down. He went up for a header with one of the Chelsea players. I'm not sure what. I think it was He went up with Conor Gallagher. He looked very, very awkward there. He sort of started reacting and screaming and in pain before while he was sort of in the air. Ends up landing a little bit awkwardly. It didn't look good. Fortunes, please. Please, Fortunes. So he's down holding his ankle. He is getting attention now. Would be bad if he went off injured. Not going to lie. Would be very, very bad if he went off injured. I don't mind the socks. I'm growing more attached to the socks. I know that was a big thing at the time, but I'm more attached to the socks. I quite like them now. I can't lie. So, yeah, Paquetá he's receiving treatment. He's being asked to leave the field to receive some. The referee's asking him to leave the pitch. He's going off to the side now, the physio following him. Just looking at it again, him and Conor Gallagher go up. Conor Gallagher sort of pushes him. As he goes up, to be honest with you, it's not that deep. Conor Gallagher pushes him. He reacts sort of in the air. Far be it for Paquetá to make the most of a situation going down. Not to be offensive to the guy, but, you know, it is what it is. In the air, he sort of reacts to it and ends up landing a bit awkwardly. I suspect he will be fine unless he's really done his ankle in on the landing. Long throw from West Ham, headed away. Ladies and gentlemen, set piece time. Come on. James Ward-Prowse to take a corner. Get hyped. Here we go. Here we go. Here he is, number 7. He's got the crowd chanting. James Ward-Prowse steps up. First corner kick. First set piece for West Ham. Puts it in. Oh, not bad. Header. WHUCHE. Oh, it was close. It's close. Chelsea have got a really good opportunity to come out counter-attack here. It's good defensive work, actually, to be fair. Ben Rama gets back really well and stops that one from progressing. Oh, that's awful from Soufal. Oh, thank Christ. Areola, sweeper keeper, comes out and just clears it away. But Jesus Christ, it was close. I tell you what, mate. Little bit of a... We're here. Set piece FC, exactly what we are back. We are back. This is what we need. This is what we need. Be like that time, what do you call it? It'd be like that time, do you remember Enner Valencia? And when after he left us, he was playing wherever he was playing, and he owed child support or something, and the police came to try and get him or something while he was in a match, so they were waiting at the sidelines. So he went off injured, and then drove off in the car. Do you remember that? What an insane situation that was. What an absolutely bananas situation that was. Where is that? I saw something here. It really does. I keep thinking this. I was really confused. Look at that corner. It's a beauty, isn't it? And WHUCHE almost getting on the end of it as well. Yeah, it's a beauty. I got really confused because when we were making thumbnails for Chelsea, the badges always looked really weird. And so I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, why is this badge looking so weird? And I've realised now, I'm seeing it in person properly, that it's part of like a foil thing that we've got going on. Oh, I love that. Jared Bowen works his way in, tries to flick it through for Soufal. We're going to get another corner. Come on. Reload the cannon. I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it. We're going to get another corner. James Ward-Prowse is going to take it. I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, I want a Space Jam team. I want a bunch of the bad guys from Space Jam. Just giants, and then James Ward-Prowse whipping balls into him. Same side, right-hand side. James Ward-Prowse whips it in. Again, back post, heads it. Yes. It's 1-0. Let's go. Let's 100% go. Yes. Again with the goal. It's this is why he's here, ladies and gentlemen. This is why he's here. 2 set pieces in the opening 10 minutes. First one almost goes in. Second one does. James Ward-Prowse from the right-hand side whips it in again. Gets a bit of space towards the back post. And that's a beautiful header as well. He just fights off the Chelsea players. Conor Gallagher's trying to battle with him to get there. Can't. Oh, yes. This is what we need. Reload the cannons. More corners. More set pieces. What more could we need? What more could we need? Let's absolutely go. Let's go, Ray, with the corners. I said I want a Space Jam team. I've been saying this. I want a team of giants and then just James Ward-Prowse. And I want us to do nothing but set pieces all game. I think it would be hilarious and I think it would be effective. I said, it is very cheat codey. It's very cheat codey. I tell you what. Whoever picked out James Ward-Prowse, whoever signing up was, be it Moyes, be it Sullivan, be it Steiden, whoever the heck it was, they must be sitting there grinning like a Cheshire cat right now. So far, could not have worked more perfectly if it tried. That's what I'm saying, Gary. Reload the thing. Come on. Reload the thing, pal. No, listen. If they are available if we need them. They are available if we need them. We are massive, Logan. Very true. Oh, that's a great ball through. Jackson goes down. Areola under a pen. This could be a pen to Chelsea all of a sudden. Oh, he's pointed to the spot. Oh, and now he's offside. Jesus Christ. So many things just happen. Ball gets played through to Jackson on the counter-attack. Goes steaming through one-on-one versus Areola. Takes it round him with a kick, with sort of a heavy touch around him. Areola comes flying out. He goes down to Jackson. The referee initially pointed to the spot, but then he gets called offside. Looking at the replay now. He's offside. Yeah, he's leaning forward. Okay, it'll get called offside. It's incredibly tight, though. It's incredibly tight. It's one of those ones where he was never getting on the end of it. He has to go full stretch to even get the touch to take it round Areola. He does go down, don't get me wrong. He does go down. And if anything, after the... After the... Yeah, he's leaning forward as he's running there, Jackson. He is just... I think he is just... He's just ahead of Emerson, it looks like, on a replay. Listen, if the Cornet thing last season got chalked off by VAR, there's no way that's getting counted. Come on now. Come on now. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. The knowledge, bro. Yeah, he has got offside. VAR has confirmed it to be offside. It did look it. It did look it. It's one of those ones where, from Jackson's point of view, that's all he can do, right? Ignoring the staying on side bit, he just has to take that touch to get round Areola and then hope Areola touches him to take him down, because there's no way he's getting on the end of that otherwise. It's going out for a goal kick. Worked out for us in that sense. But he was offside. Close, but he was. Short throw from Emerson near the box. Paquetá whips it in, looking for Jared Bowen to attack the ball. Can't quite get there. Souček in the middle of the park collects it and lays it short to Zuma. We're forced all the way back there by Chelsea. All the way back to Areola very quickly as well. Very direct passing backwards. Poor clearance battled for from Paquetá. Oh, not Paquetá, from Benrahma, who's he's gone down holding himself. I can't believe we're up 1-0, and I equally can't believe it was his set piece. So good. It's so good. See Fabianski on the bench there, planning his next interview with Polish media. It's harsh from It is harsh from Fabianski. He had such a good preseason as well, but it was going to happen at some point, and I'm a bit surprised he's come out the way he has. But it is what it is. Told you, ref is wrong. And listen, we'll see. This is the vibe, man. It does just add this little bit. I was saying this to West Ham faithful yesterday, right? Like the idea of when we had Payet, whenever we would get a free kick, there was just this vibe, this atmosphere. Everyone would just raise and go, "Oh, okay, we've got something here." And it's a similar thing with James Ward-Prowse. Every time we're going to get a set piece, a free kick, corner, it's just going to be that sort of energy. And it works the other way. This is a good opportunity for us. Just a little bit of pressing doesn't quite work, and Chelsea managed to play their way out of it relatively easily. Long ball over the top. They're going to be looking towards Nicholas Jackson a lot here in that sense. Look at us passing it around at the back very awkwardly, especially when Zuma's involved. But, we're doing it. Go on, Thomas, get involved. Oh, yes, Bowen and Thomas doing really well there. Ball played forward for Mikel Antonio down the right-hand side. Battles with it, beats Thiago Silva. Someone in the box. Mikel Antonio going for it. Mikel? It was Mikel Antonio. I don't know why I got excited. Oh, Benrahma's on the ball, though. In the box, Benrahma tries to cut, tries to shoot. Mikel Antonio and Benrahma learn to pass challenge. Impossible. Please, one of you, just pass the flipping ball. You both had such glorious opportunities and such good positions, and neither of you get even remotely close to passing the ball. Emerson's going to get a yellow card for a professional challenge very early in the game. Agerd gets caught out on the ball there by Jackson. Sterling goes flying forward. Oh, it's Agerd who's going to get the yellow. I thought it was Emerson because of the position. It's Agerd who picks up the yellow again very early. But both of them, man, had such good opportunities to pass. Mikel Antonio had people there, and he just delayed. And don't get me wrong, they weren't making great runs or anything. But just let go of the ball. You're moving onto your weak foot. You're not going to shoot. So he shoots in the end after way too long to shoot as well. Either take your choice. Make your choice, right? And then it ends up with Benrahma, who again could pass and just doesn't. It's so annoying. Enzo Fernandez to take the free kick, about 30 yards away from goal, crossed in, headed away from Thomas Souček. Chelsea do collect the ball just outside the area. Chukwuemeka on the ball, finds Raheem Sterling, playing it around on this left-hand side right now. Chilwell, Chukwuemeka, Sterling, just little triangles, trying to find a bit of space and time. Chilwell on the ball, whips it in. That's a good cross, and the header, thankfully, is over from Nicholas Jackson. It was a bit too high for him. He was a bit too ahead of it, always leaning back. But something that we're going to have to be a little bit careful of with Chelsea. Although, having said that, them crossing the ball into a box shouldn't be too scary for us. We've got a lot of big men, and none of theirs are as good in the air as ours are. But that positioning there, they did get in much better position. And why Mikel Antonio was the deepest defender, I'm not sure. Just to anyone, bruv. Just to anyone. We're going to do. Chelsea now passing around at the back. Paquetá headlessly chasing it around. So the midfield makeup is how we thought it was when at the beginning of the game. So we're playing our 4-2-3-1. Paquetá is in the 10 role. Again, big ball over the top once again, looking for Jackson. They are really loving this idea. And to be fair, if you can get behind Zuma specifically, Jackson's going to have him on toast every single day. You'd imagine Aged be able to deal with it a little bit more. Apparently, no free kick against Mikel Antonio there. Not sure how that's worked out, given the fact you've Leo carded Aged previously. But still, okay, we move. Going forward, come Chelsea. Chukwuemeka finds Chilwell. Again, they're just passing it around here. Gallagher pings it out to the right-hand side. The midfield makeup is exactly what we thought. You have that double pivot. Souček and Ward-Prowse are the ones who are sitting deeper. Souček on the right-hand side, Ward-Prowse is on the left. It's a good run here by from Sterling, and Emerson ends up just putting enough pressure on him for a poor cross from Sterling. It's going to be a goal kick. We're looking at the goal here. Conor Gallagher's just staring at Aged. He's looking at Aged constantly, and in the last second he turns around to look at where the ball's going, gets completely caught out by it. Aged, who's basically ignored him the entire time, give him one little push initially just to get a bit of space, gets into a perfect position to head it in. It's a lovely goal. It's such a good set-piece goal. More of that, please. Oh, nicely done from Emerson to flick that one forward to Ben Rama, who whips it in. Emerson getting there on the back of it. Sorry, it wasn't Emerson. Was it Emerson or was it Paquetá? No, it might be Paquetá, actually. Nicely done by Souček there to get the control. Lays it off to Sofao. He's got a bit of space to cross here. Not a great cross. Controlled down by Bowen. Souček's there. Lay it off to Ben Rama, who inevitably does shoot first time from a bad angle. Obviously, it doesn't go in. Oh, Jackson does really well there. He tries to take on Aged. Good defending there from Aged. Does really, really well. Little shimmy here and there, little shimmy. I'm surprised they're not on the screen, Judas. The subs for West Ham are Fabianski, Ogbonna, Johnson, Cresswell comes back, Fornals, Alvarez, his first appearance, Cornet, Ings, and Mubama. And then the Chelsea subs, just in case. Bergstrom, Humphreys, Cucurella, Matson, Caicedo, Ukachukwu, Mudryk, Madueke, and Burstow. I'll leave the West Ham subs just up for a second, and I'll have the teams. I should be running across the bottom screen. I'm not sure why they weren't, sir. So there we go. He doesn't look happy. I like him, but harsh, Mr. Pardew, harsh. I like Fabianski a lot. I was surprised at his outburst in the media, but I like him a lot. But then again, he's been quite public in the media before, so maybe I shouldn't be that shocked about him. But I don't know. Hopefully he's not too hurt about it, because one more season of Fabianski, I think he's still good enough. I think pre-season he was one of our best players. Let's be honest about him. Let's get the full teams going across. There we go. I'm surprised I didn't have that. I must have taken it off at some point. I just forgot to put it back. Chelsea passing it around on the halfway line. West Ham in their defensive shape. The 4-4-2. Sitting deep. Sterling goes through the gears. Takes it past one. Takes it past two. Easily into the hands of Areola there. Just tries to go around the outside of two players. They're letting him go. The angle getting tighter and tighter. And then the ball comes across to where the cross was straight into the hands of Areola. No stress. Let's have a Benny watch. He's got to go. He's the weak link, week in, week out. He's very hit or miss, Benny, in my opinion. He's very hit or miss. I think... It's not week in, week out, but he certainly is one of the weaker players in the team, in my opinion. But I wouldn't say week in, week out. I think last season he was pretty good, for the most part. I think maybe a bit... People maybe pushed on it a bit too much, saying maybe having a year and stuff. I don't think he was that good. Beginning of the season, he was better than not. But I feel like he can be all right. And I think the fact Moyes has put his faith in a player like Ben Rama is very interesting to me. I think says quite a bit about how Ben Rama has come on in last year. But I do think he just has this part in him. I think it's this, right? What Ionix is saying here. Benny can change games when nothing else is happening. Which, by the way, nothing is happening right now. Chelsea are passing the ball around. Yeah, I like he has that ability, right? And it's that ability which also makes him super frustrating, because the thing that means he'll drop a shoulder, cut inside, take it past the man and put it into the top corner is the exact same thing that will make him drop a shoulder, try to take on two men, completely fail, and then shoot from an angle that he shouldn't have shot from and should have passed, and all these other things. It's the exact same thing. It's the yin and the yang. He's just not good enough to do it every single time, which there are very few players who are good enough to do it every single time. So you have to take the rough with the smooth in that sense. It's an awkward one with Benrahma, but realistically, Moyes seems to trust him more than Fornals for some reason. I don't understand that, but maybe it's a system thing. Maybe it works well. Stuart Morris Accountants, look, they're the best accountants you can find. Based in Ilford, run by a West Ham fan. That's why they previously have hooked us up in the past. Lovely people as well, I can say that. Having spoken to the guy who runs Stuart Morris Accountants, Mr. Stuart Morris. It's not his name, but I haven't spoken to him. Beautiful, wonderful man. Genuinely, incredibly nice person. I would recommend, if you need anything to do with accountancy, then check out Stuart Morris. They got you covered. They have you covered. 28%. They're not even sponsoring us right now. I'm just saying that because it's the correct thing. It's just correct. Possession, 28% for us right now, but we have had 4 shots compared to Chelsea's 2. We're doing all right. We're doing okay so far. Don't get me wrong, they're definitely on top of us. They're definitely putting us under a bit of pressure. But when they don't have those long balls over the top to Nicholas Jackson, feel a bit scary. We get a little bit beyond ourselves. They look to counter-attack quickly, ping it to Nicholas Jackson, who's fast. He's going to get, especially if he can get in behind Zuma consistently. I mean, you get in behind Zuma, you drag a Gerd slightly over to that position. All of a sudden, there's a bit of space for Sterling to come in off that side, stuff like that. Looks scary. But when they're on the ball and in around the box, it's not too concerning as of yet, although they do look slightly dangerous and have seen other teams against us. They're passing around the ball at the moment, just outside the box. Conor Gallagher, Enzo Fernandez linking up. Conor Gallagher from range, punched away from Areola. And then Jackson just punts it over. Scary shot from Conor Gallagher. Was directly at it, but yeah. It was Gerd. Gerd scored the goal. Header from a James Ward-Prowse corner, Lee. It was beautiful. It was lovely. Thank you, Luke. That's very kind of you. If you haven't already, like the video. Have we hit 300? Have we hit 300? Are we close to the 300 mark? Oh, we're very close to the 300 mark. We're at 284. You love to see it. You love to see it. I also, while I got keep happening, I should put people's names in the corner. I apologise. Where's the button I'm looking for? There we go. Long ball forward, looking to boot it out. Areola ends up bouncing around a little bit, and Chelsea can come away with it. Jackson lays it short to Chukwuemeka. Fernandez with a very poor pass. But Emerson hesitates, just gives the ball to Chelsea. There's no way, that just wasn't that. It just didn't need to happen. But thankfully, Emerson's positioning is better then, and they force him all the way back to the halfway line. But there was a moment there where they could have been in when they really didn't need to be, because the pass was crap, and Emerson just hesitated enough to basically give them the opportunity, if we're being honest about it. Almost there. Apologies if you can hear the clickety-clacks of the keyboard. There we go. Should be all present and correct. Once more, thank you to Harry. Thank you to Barryhouse27, N Thornton twice, and of course, GP. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you all. Thank you. Chukwuemeka gets it past WHUCHE, goes inside. There's a great opportunity. The cross is poor, and it's hooked away from James Ward-Prowse, not super effectively, but it is very awkward there moment, and Souček just lets that one goes out for a scary moment. I'm sorry, Sumo. I can't click on it because of the swear word, but I'm sorry. I remember going to watch an Arsenal match surrounded by Arsenal fans. It was stress. It was a stressful day. Todd, good to see you. I'm course currently in North Idaho today. But in general, in the UK where I live, yeah, it's alright, man. It's alright. My back hurts a bit, but apart from that, I'm all good. Played out wide. Chelsea trying to find their way in. Header! Can't quite get there. Chilwell approaching late on the left-hand side from the cross from, I think, Gallagher. Maybe Enzo Fernandez, actually, now I look at it. They're trying to find their way forward here, Chelsea. Yeah, Fernandez controls it, plays it in, and then Chilwell, he's sort of glancing header, but that's the thing with Enzo Fernandez. He's so good in that, just sort of outside the area. He can control the ball really well. He's got nice passing range. He's good at those little chips over the top. And it's something that we do have to be a little bit concerned about when we are sitting deep like we are, and we are sort of compact. We're going to end up inevitably giving him time and space in that area on the ball. And we just have to make sure we stay aware, track runners, if not getting touch tight to him, just tracking those runners, making sure that he can't consistently play those balls in, because he is dangerous at it. I hope so, Jimmy. I hope we'll see Mubama at some point. I doubt it, but I do hope it. I do hope it, to be honest. We'll see whether or not it happens or not. Hang on, is this a thing that's happening? Mrs. Judas, for a start. Good to see you, my trustworthy friends, Mrs. I would include you in the fact you're one of my trustworthy friends as well. I'd happily put that out there. Can you give Judas a message that I can't tell him to marry? Judas, are you getting married? Is this Mr. and Mrs. Judas? Is there a marriage happening on Thursday? Is this happening? If so, massive congratulations. I can't remember if Judas said this, and I can't remember if I've congratulated. Massive congratulations, and I'm very excited for you both. If this is a thing that's happening, and I'm not somehow getting epically trolled right now, massive congratulations. I'm very happy for you both. If you need a watch along for the ceremony, I could do it. I'm available. Would have to be the evening. I've got some work stuff going on in the morning on Thursday, but if that is true, I could do it. Ball over the top again, looking for Jackson long. They're looking for that. It's dangerous. That's dangerous. We all invited to the wedding. Look, it's true. I mean, congratulations. Everyone congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Judas in the chat, please. I'd be very kind of you. We all invite. Listen, I'm not putting pressure on the invite. What I am putting pressure on is the watch along. I'm just saying I could 100% do this. But genuinely, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Judas. As a lovely thing. I'm very excited for you both. Madman, how are you, sir? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. I need always correct this, Madman. We have flown past the 300. We are at 310. We're on house money at this point. We could get to as high as 314 or something. Crazy talk. Listen. I would listen. I'm a taken man. I'm spoken for. So congratulations, well done. Congratulations, congrats. You love to do it. Congratulations, Judas's. Congrats. Seriously, genuinely, congratulations. Would watch along. There we go. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm just saying that it could be done. You know how like people get like their friends or whatever. So if Chelsea are passing the ball around on the halfway line right now, you know how people like get their friends to like officiate their services or whatever. Sometimes if they're not doing like a religious service, you can get ordained and officiate and all that sort of stuff. What if I just started doing watch-alongs for my friends' weddings? You know, when my friends got married during lockdown and we had to watch it over Zoom, I'm just saying I could have watched along it. You know, it's possible. We have the technology. It's 100% possible. You know. Well, Jackson does well there to cut the ball, takes it past one, pings it across. I tell you what, Jackson is looking. Referee's just fallen over. You love to see it. I tell you what, Jackson looks dangerous. Chilwell pulls it back, blocked by Zuma. Chukwuemeka cuts inside well, hits it. That is a really good goal. To be fair, 1-1. That is a really good goal. Chukwuemeka has just smashed that home. Usually we like to stay compact. We like to hold ourselves inside the box. We've given them too many touches inside the box. They've been able to get people on the ball in the box too often. Usually they're in quite wide positions and we're in decent enough positions to just basically give them a corridor downwards, right? And we did that to Nicholas Jackson originally. I'm looking at the replay there, but Chukwuemeka's managed to cut inside nicely. Chilwell. So Sufel comes across to collect the ball. Little 1-2 with Chilwell. It's a poor clearance from Zuma, just a poor touch. He gets a touch on it. And Chukwuemeka just cuts inside. And I'll tell you what, it's a really good finish. He gets the ball, cuts inside quickly. Nice little shimmy. No one gets close enough to him. And he just smashes it home. It's really well done. It's really well done. Like I say, usually we're good at just getting all of the people inside the area, just blocking them out from moving anywhere, just anything. Yet specifically, first senior goal there for Chukwuemeka. It's he just gets time and space in the box. It's something we never ever give people, And he's finished it with aplomb, to be fair. That's a really, really strong finish. It's 1-1, unfortunately for us. It is 1-1. Benrahma whips it in. Bowen with a poor touch that time. Chelsea can come away. Like I said, we're going to have to be careful of Jackson, who he's looking really lively today. The finishing might not be there, but as a counter-attacking threat, he looks so dangerous. Did I miss it? The first one I saw was the like one. Sir, I apologise. Let me scroll. I'll scroll back. I'll scroll back and have a look. I'll scroll back. I mean, I don't know how far I'm going to have to go back, but I'm going to have to go back a while. Wait, where's the like one? There's the like one, so it must be before then. I will find it. Chelsea trying to find their way forward. Bowen at full stretch tries to block it. Can't quite. Pinged forwards. Looking for Gusto. A little bit awkwardness from Emerson. Gives the ball to his former teammate. Lays it short to Gallagher. There again, but they're in this position. They're in that position where we like. They're in the corner quadrant. They're trying to pass it around to get into a crossing position. They do. Soufal beat to the head there from some Chilwell, but again, not exactly a beast in the air. Chelsea still on the ball. Enzo Fernandez just outside the area. Madman, I can't find it. I can't. Do you know what, Madman? I'm gonna have to give up. I can't find it. This is disgraceful for me. I genuinely can't find it, sir. I'm sorry. Played short for Colwell trying to flick the ball across. It's going to be another corner. Corner to Chelsea. Yeah, I mean, realistically, we need better fullbacks in general. I think I would make the argument we need a left-back first, just because we don't... I think Cresswell clearly wanted to leave. At that point, get him out. It's fine. Just let him leave, not fast. Emerson is fine, but I wouldn't say he's good enough, really. Soufal is not having a good game today, but I think in general is probably good enough. Outside of that, Johnson, Kehrer, we have at least enough cover there. I think we need a left back first, but we definitely need to look at fullbacks. But we always need to look at fullbacks, and we never do. So this is just a problem that builds and builds and builds. He's having a bad game though. Corner to Chelsea, whipped in towards the box. Header again. Glances wide from Chelsea. Not a bad corner, put into a decent enough position. Just goes wanting. That initial 10-minute period, again, that early press, that early push. That early push just is dissipated again. We do tend to do this. We tend to start 10 minutes for the game just really hot. And once 10 minutes happens, we tend to settle into a rhythm. And the rhythm is quite poor at the moment. The rhythm is quite poor. Let's pretend we scored a goal. There we go. So that's not what I do I laugh when we score, don't we? Yes! Let's go, lads. How's about that? Was that accurate to what I usually do? Felt accurate to what I usually do. Craig C, sir. There might be places you can find what you're looking for. Craig C. There might be places you can find what you're looking for. Chelsea come forward with the ball from defence again. WHUCHE cuts that one out, but then it's just harried again. Jackson's having a good game. His finishing's been all over the shop, but the actual work rate he's putting in is really impressive. He's just constantly making a massive nuisance of himself. Poor pass from Chelsea. Emerson collects it. He goes steaming forward here. That's what Emerson's good at. Nice little layoff there to Benrahma. Takes it past his man. He's now got another to cover with. He decides to pull it back as Gusto gets into a good position. Or Gusto? I don't know how to pronounce it. They're passing it around here, West Ham. On the left-hand side, trying to figure out a way to get some sort of cross into the box, potentially. James Ward-Prowse steams forward a bit late. We do have a very slow defensive midfield positions right now. Bowen on the right, trying to cut onto his strong foot. Can't quite make it work. We get the ball to Soufal. Working it in. That's a poor cross from Soufal. Don't know why he did that. Weak foot. No one was concentrating. It wasn't anywhere near anyone. It was just a bad idea. And the ball comes out to Nicholas Jackson, who again just picks up the ball and turns, takes a pass ball pass. Look at the speed. He's so good. He's in behind Jackson. He does so well, Jackson, there. And he's just let down by no one being close enough to him. That was so good from him. He just takes on his man, blitzes past him. Little 1-2 with Sterling, then goes flying past the last defender. Paquetá, what the hell's just happened there? What the heck has just happened there? And Chelsea have got a corner. What the hell just happened? I don't know what the hell just happened there. Paquetá was standing at the side of the pitch. I think he felt like it had gone out. I think no, he decided it was he said it was a foul and stood there to complain about it. And the ball, without going out, Sterling just comes away from it, and he's been booked. That was insane. That was really weird. Punched away from Areola. Shot from range from Chelsea, completely slips and misses it. That was, what a weird, just the whole thing. He just stopped. He decided he was fouled by Sterling for some reason. He decided he was fouled. He was sort of having a go at the linesman. There was no reason. There was no whistle. Antonio completely taken out there. That's got to be a yellow, surely. He's been taken out a couple of times now. He could be, I know, right? I know. He's been taken out a couple of times now, Antonio. That one had to have been, yeah, it's a yellow card for... Yeah, he does well, Antonio, just to come away with it, but he is taken down by Diassi. I don't know what the hell just happened there. Man, remember Moyes we trust in Charlie, in thrust. Thank you. It's not the same when you're not here, man. You know what I mean? Scott as well. It just doesn't hit the same, you know? It just doesn't hit the same. Last 15 minutes, 22%, 0%, 0 shots, 1 touch in the opposition box for us. 78% for Chelsea and 20-something touches in the box. Soufal with the long throw. WHUCHE getting a head onto it, getting a second one. Paquetá trying to control it, hits him with his weak foot. Oh, almost. Manages to find the post there. Little swing of the left foot while he was falling down. It comes to him. Just a full stretch, hits it early, and tell you what, the goalkeeper might have just about had it covered. I don't know. He was at full stretch there. Sanchez hits the outside the post as well. Close. Very, very close. Yeah, look, listen. Got to earn that bread, but you know what I mean. Like, what about us in that situation? That's the one I was looking for. There we go. Your name should be in the thing now. It was going a bit confused there, but we're there. Can you stop trying to... There we go. Oh my god, please, computer. There we go. We're back. Having an absolute nightmare there. I kept clicking it, kept going, do you want to report this person? I was like, who? I'm not clicked on anyone. Chelsea on the ball. Enzo Fernandez, again, that range of passing over the top for Sterling. Emerson gets back into a decent enough possession there. It was a bit clumsy, but we come away from it. Again, those balls over the top is just a scary prospect. Sterling, Jackson. He's so good at it as well, Sterling there. He just waits. He just goes from 0 to 100, like in a quick snap. And Emerson was just completely taken out by it. And when you've got someone like Enzo Fernandez who has that range of passing, who can just sit there and dictate the play, it's such a dangerous thing. Chelsea again coming forward here. Gusto out wide on the right-hand side. Tries to lay it back instead. Enzo trying to play the ball in, can't quite make it happen. Potential handball against Enzo Fernandez there. No foul, nothing given, says the ref. Scary. Yeah, it is what it is. People get bored of it eventually, you know. People bring it up, but it's just going to be a thing for a while. It's like the Kurt Zuma thing, right? Like, every time like Kurt Zuma got the ball, he was booed for a long time. He's not anymore. It's now people have just forgotten about it and moved on with their lives. So it will happen for a while. It'll be annoying for a while, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Is it time to swap Moyes for Vegan yet? We'll see. We'll see. Done incredibly well with the women's team. It's done insanely well. Thank you very much, by the way, Dave. Very kind of you. Would I take... I don't know. I have many opinions on the David Moyes situation. I don't know which ones to say and which ones not to. Good opportunity there from Chelsea again, just finding their way in and around the box. Free kick to us. Thank you very much. We'll be taking that. Was slightly terrified for a second there that it was going to be a penalty. Chukwuemeka and Emerson, the ones who are down together. Chukwuemeka at full stretch there, yeah, just clips Emerson on the way through. Just at full stretch, trying to... I don't know why he dives in at that to try and get it. He does get the ball, but he just completely takes out Emerson. Felt needless. Felt needless, not going to lie, but there we go. The dono bar might be broken at this point. There's been so many that it genuinely might be broken. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. It's definitely got into the rhythm that we're used to now. Like I say, we tend to just start games hot. We tend to just get into good places. I don't know why the opening 10 minutes tends to be quite good of both halves for us, but then we just dissipate instantaneously. It's very... I don't know. It feels like... You know how they talk about iPhones? And how, like, they say, like, iPhone, Souček trying to get in there just lays it short to Sterling instead by accident. You know, they say that, like, iPhones are designed after, like, 2 years or whatever to just stop working, essentially. Like, is that us? Like, are we designed for 10 minutes of, like, pressure and then just nothing after that? Because it's happened again in this half. Opening 10 minutes, you would have asked me, I would have been like, this is great. We're on it. We're getting into them. We're getting corners, like all the good stuff. Oh, Souček, he's taking him down there. Penalty to Chelsea. I couldn't tell if it was in or outside the box. It'll obviously go to VAR and we'll see it, but it looked like a clear as day foul from Thomas Souček. Sterling picks up the ball, goes through the gears. It's bloody tight. It's bloody tight, I'll tell you that much. It's definitely a foul. There's no doubts there. There's no doubts there. It's incredibly tight though, or whether or not it was a pen. I think it probably is. It's right on the line, but well, we'll see. It will go to VAR, and we'll see. I like the new VAR graphics. I will say that. It will go to VAR. We'll see whether or not it's considered a pen or not. It's incredibly tight. I think it probably is, but it is incredibly tight. And then, scarily, Areola against penalties. Never a good thing for us. Never, ever a good thing. Check. Check complete. It's a pen. Right, okay. Areola. If we're being honest, a very... Not good from penalties in any way, shape or form. Enzo Fernandez steps up. Whistle goes. Fernandez straight on from the pen, steps across a couple of yards, hits it. Come on, Areola. Let's go. Never doubted him. Never doubted him. No doubts that West Ham can come away with the ball. Emerson flying forward. He's got Paquetá ahead of him. He's got Ben Rama just to the left. Ben Rama picks up the ball. Antonio's getting there to the centre, as is Paquetá. They're both in the box now. Ben Rama cuts into it. He's going to shoot, isn't he? He's going to shoot. He shot. It went flying over. Just... But Areola, fair play, mate. Never doubted him. Did I doubt him? I don't think I doubted him. Get the bells. Like I said, bells are available. Mate, I cannot believe he's managed that. I really like Areola, but it's just clear that he's not. He's just never been a penalty guy. He's just never been a penalty guy. I thought that was as good as a goal. That was as good as a goal. Flipping heck. Good to see you, sir. How are you? How are things? How's China? How are you? Thank you. Genuinely thought... Technically, they're both for 12 oranges. I think they're both available, but we'll do bells. My stomach is... I don't know how we'll deal with the orange, but we'll do bells. We'll do bells if people call for it. If they called for it now and it passed, we'd probably have to do it at halftime or something. But Raheem Sterling does well there, just to come away with the ball, just Ben Rama just dragging him around. There you go, Emerson, robust, love a bit of that. And then Sterling goes in for seconds, and Emerson is not keen on it at all. Referee's got a yellow card out. I'm not sure who for, because it felt like, I'll be honest, the challenge from Emerson seemed robust. Yellow card for Emerson? You have to give Sterling a yellow card as well. It has to be. That can't be a yellow card only one way. It can't be a yellow card only one way. Emerson and Sterling still going at it. Emerson's furious with Sterling. I think they're shaking hands and going at a bit. I'm surprised Sterling didn't get a yellow card there. Don't get me wrong, the challenge... Ben Rama losing out on the ball needlessly there. The challenge was robust. It was a robust challenge from Emerson. I don't think we can... Well, maybe he doesn't get the ball. But Sterling definitely goes in after him. Yeah, I thought Emerson got the ball. He didn't in first look. Maybe... if you're being kind about it, maybe Sterling falls over. But to me, it looks like as he's getting up, he sort of gets a little flash of red and then goes for him. It is a yellow card on Emerson after that. It 100% is. Having seen it on replay, it 100% is. It's 2 foul. Good work there. Just battling with Chilwell. Just full on battling for it as well. I'm surprised. Like I said, I'm surprised a little bit, but you know, we'll see. Do you know anyone who's interested in live streams by Switch? Who live streams by Switch? So, no, I could start real quick. No, do I? No, a friend of mine used to, but not anymore. Not anymore. Tell you what, just keep an eye on the channel, and if all of a sudden you start seeing Switch Let's Plays and streams or whatever, you know what happened. You know what happened. I know. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. I saw someone posting, Chelsea are on the ball, by the way, trying to work their way forward down the right-hand side. Sterling getting booed every time he's on the ball. I saw someone post a picture of, I think it was like an anti Joshua. Oh, he does really well as Sterling goes through the gears again. Into a great opportunity. Chilwell hits it. Good block from WHUCHE, but Jesus Christ. Our defence on that left-hand side, our defence in general has been shaky on the wings today, but on the left-hand side, just non-existent. Paquetá looked to come away with the ball there. Referee pulls it back for a free kick. Sterling's having a good game, it should be said. He picks up the ball there and just goes through the paces. Just literally goes through the gears really quickly there. Takes the ball past Paquetá, takes the ball past Ben Rama, takes the ball past Emerson, takes the ball past Ward-Prowse. Just none of them close enough to stop him as he just cuts a beeline directly through the middle of them all. And the ball across, the pullback was dangerous. It's just no one managed to get onto the end of it until Chilwell at the opposite side. And thankfully, WHUCHE was there to get the block. But 6 minutes of added time to go. 3 minutes of it almost done. Chelsea win a corner. Being a poor first half. Opening 10 minutes aside, being a poor first half from us. We are sitting deep and we don't look like we're anywhere near good enough to sit deep right now. It's not working in our favour. Chelsea are getting in the box way too easily. The pace of Sterling and Jackson specifically is causing us all sorts of problems. Here comes the corner crossed in. Ariola punches it away. Going to be another corner. It's not, the thing is it's not just necessarily just a pace issue, although obviously that is part of it. It's also just a positional issue, right? So like there, sure, Sterling steps up, goes, and he's past Paquetá relatively quickly, right? Because of the lack of pace. But Emerson and whoever else was the deeper one, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Ward-Prowse. Emerson and Ward-Prowse, one of them should be in more than good enough positions to be able to step in front of him. Sterling getting past Paquetá, and I think it was Ben Rama initially, they're the two closest to him. Sure, that's a pace issue. The other two are positional issues, and that's a bigger problem for us. That's a much, much bigger problem for us, because that's something we should deal with. And if you're not dealing with the positional side of it, You know what I mean? Gonna have to be a big change in the second half. Listen, when we get enough calls, but we haven't had enough. You know how it works. If we get 3 calls in quick succession, then it goes to the poll. At this point, it is probably too late for the half. But like, you know how it works. If it gets 3 close, then we go to the poll. We put the poll up. We go to the poll. We have to process it. You can't just stop doing it willy nilly. Yeah, processes are important. Chelsea playing through the lines. Chelsea playing through the lines. Chilwell on the left hand side. Chukwuemeka. Chilwell fouls someone there. I think it's WHUCHE who goes down. It's going to be a free kick to West Ham inside the area. Like I say, outside of those openings, okay, what we'll do right at the beginning of the second half, because we don't have enough time now. Right at the beginning of the second, because Gonzo will be here and I have to run off when Gonzo comes and what else. So right as the second half kicks off, we lob the bell poll up. We have 90 seconds from that to vote on it. That's how we're going to do it, okay? Bell and orange, Jesus Christ. Smeet just wants to destroy the stomach. The Chelsea player tried to get back up and went straight back down there. He's got physios on the pitch now. We'll see how long this will run. We might have actually had the time to to do the bell at this point. Everyone's come across for a water break. I think it's Chukwuemeka who's down. I believe. I'm not sure. It's a really difficult one today. Defensively, we're just not there. We're just not there. I mean, it's not necessarily surprising. The Bournemouth game felt more like an aberration. So I'll let you know when the Chelsea player's back up. He's receiving treatment right now. But it did feel like it was a difficult situation because it felt like maybe we played above ourselves against Bournemouth. I don't know, but like defensively, it sort of made sense. And I think potentially what we saw, and I said this at the time during the Bournemouth game, I was surprised by their just wayward passing and stuff. They were trying to play the ball quickly through the lines, and a lot of the passing was just a little bit too wayward. And it felt like if they were maybe a bit more accurate, maybe they would have get more chances or whatever. We're seeing with Chelsea now a team who aren't wayward. They've been a couple of misplaced passes here and there, but in general, really, really good passing, especially Enzo Fernandez and that, just being able to dictate the play quite openly. And defensively, we don't know how to deal with it. Because not only do they have that, they also have the blistering pace of Jackson and Sterling. And Chukwuemeka's not slow. I'm just looking at the goal there. It's not like his acceleration is part of the reason he scores there, right? So it's been really difficult to defend against, and I'm not certain that we're going to be able to. I don't know how we're going to have to deal with that. It does look like Chukwuemeka's going to come off, and Mudryk is going to be the one who comes on. So we'll see. I don't know how you change these things because we don't really have the ability, right? So we need a defensive midfielder on. First off, we need to strengthen that position because they're getting way too much time and space in there. But realistically, you look at our bench, if we're talking about it now, while Chelsea is still discussing what to do as Chukwuemeka continues to have treatment, we don't really have one. Alvarez is the guy, obviously, but he's barely trained. So potentially you bring on Alvarez. I'm not sure, right? Maybe that's the answer. But then on top of that, you also, like, Soufal's having a poor game. Emerson's having a poor game. Emerson's getting forward well. Soufal's getting forward fine. But, like, they're having poor games. So what, you're going to bring on Johnson and Cresswell? Cresswell's hasn't had a week off training because he wanted to leave and doesn't exactly seem like he's vibing life at the moment. And then Johnson, who I don't know if he's particularly better than Soufal defensively. Maybe a bit, but not particularly. So realistically, it's a really difficult situation. Oh, Paul, my G, recognizing. Yes, Paul, my guy. How are you, sir? How are you? Thank you for recognizing real. Fun fact, I was actually bought in Japan. So that makes it seem slightly more important. Yeah. Ball gets played underway. Don't know how much of this extra time we're actually going to play, given the fact it was plus 6 minutes and we're into the 9th minute now, given the injuries. But Chelsea are on the ball, trying to play through the lines here. Oh, good to see you, Timeless. Hope you're well, sir. Hope you're good. How's things, Alex? Timeless Podcast, another channel you should subscribe to. Let's be real about it. Come on now. If you're into Doctor Who and or like stuff like Marvel, that kind of thing, and or in wrestling, all good people, Timeless Podcast. There is the halftime whistle, I should say, and it ends 1-1. I'll be honest with you. Potentially a little bit kind to us that 1-1 score. All good, good. I'm good. I'm glad. A little bit kind to us that score. If we're being honest about it, I feel like realistically, Chelsea have been by far the better team outside of that opening 10 minutes where we had 2 corners in quick succession. The second one getting the goal from a Gerd. James Ward-Prowse whipping it in, a Gerd getting on the back of it, working to perfection. Pardon me. You love to see it. Outside of that, it's been a really difficult game for us. Really, really difficult. The pace of Jackson and of Sterling have been absolutely destroying us. Oh, Gonzo and me both clicked it. Gonzo, you click it. You click it. They've both been absolutely destroying us for pace there, and then but positionally, defensively, just not been there at all. It's been an awkward one, Gonzo. I'll let you talk about it while I run to the toilet.
Go, mate.
But Nicholas Jackson,
run as quick as Raheem Sterling to the toilet.
Oh well, Nicholas Jackson, he's fast, isn't he? I didn't know he was that fast.
He is fast. I tell you what, it started off when he was doing his running, Jackson, and he was going on a Gerd side more, and he's very, very quickly identified that he's probably better off going at Zuma, and he obviously did that for their equalising goal in a build up to it. There's a few things. Well, listen, firstly, let's say something positive. The first corner that James Ward-Prowse did, that looked really, really good. We should have scored from that. The second corner, we get a goal. There you go. That's what he has been bought for, and I'm really, really pleased, absolutely delighted to see it. Unfortunately, we sort of can't help ourselves in terms of retreating in the way that we do. It's a shame, actually, because David Moyes sees danger in terms of the opposition. Unfortunately, he doesn't see when his own team are causing the opposition problems. So he doesn't sort of put his foot down. We had him scared at that point. We actually had Chelsea concerned with what we might do. And I'm not surprised we've retreated back. Ordinarily, under these circumstances, I'll be saying that the manager's going to need to make changes at half time. And he won't, will he? He's just going to sit back some more, and unless he's going to do something with the personnel. Certainly, they got a big problem in Fernandes sort of dictating play. Yes, clearly, you've got Jackson there, very quick, looks very good, doesn't he? And obviously, Sterling's playing well. But they're retreating so much, they're letting Fernandes dictate the passes. They really probably need to put somebody on him. Do you know what? I just think if you're going to sacrifice Antonio, which is pretty much what he's done, then just put him on Fernandes, stand him on there so Fernandes can't make those passes. And then maybe when we get the ball, we can spring the counter-attack that way. Bowen's just been defending, which is a massive shame. The one player in the attack that has had the ball a few times is Said Benrahma. It's really frustrating to watch his decision making, and his pass, just when to pass, when not to pass, when to cross, when not to cross, when to shoot. It's just all wrong. It's all wrong, and it's a real shame because they're few and far between, those decisions. Paqueta's an interesting one at this stage as well. The Raheem Sterling thing was just bizarre. Obviously picked up the card for that. Not that I think there was anything untoward about that at all. He looked like a man distracted more than anything else. Then again, a good quick feet, which allowed him to get a shot off, which was only slightly wide, wasn't it, really? So, I mean, it is interesting. Souček's just had a block. I think it was Chilwell's shot. Aside from that, Souček was given the run around for their equalising goal. And I can't remember what the name. It sounds to me when the commentator's saying it sounds like troublemaker when they're saying it. But I can't pronounce the name. He certainly was a troublemaker as far as we were concerned. Danced around Thomas Souček and then curled the ball in. It was a good goal. I mean, relying on the fact that the goalkeeper's made 2 or 3 saves. He rushed off his line, almost conceded a penalty. Before that, he rushed off his line because Souček had made a mistake. Soufal had made a mistake. Saved a penalty. Had a good save from Gallagher. I do wonder if David Moyes is going to be looking at this thinking, he may well be looking at it thinking, well, actually, this is working. Maybe if we get another corner, we can score. Maybe that's the game plan. It might even work. You never know. But we're just inviting so much pressure upon us. And I don't know if you noticed, there was a bit during that first half where Ward-Prowse was travelling with the ball. He was in possession. He was travelling with the ball. And it was quite clear that someone was coming to dispossess him. But he got dispossessed, but he didn't hear any shout from the crowd. And there's a reason for that. And that's one of my problems with the London Stadium. Actually, he's probably used to that. At St Mary's, he's probably used to the crowd screaming at him, and the crowd are close enough that he can hear them. So I think he was probably thinking, well, where was the warning? Nobody warned me that I was being closed down. So. There's a little bit of a concern there. This is the trouble with these tactics when they're used at home, which is it's nothing really to the crowd to get their teeth into in terms of attacks or something to sing about or something to cheer about, and it becomes a sort of hard watch. That being said, it is only 1-1 at the moment. We're lucky that it is that, but I'm not saying Chelsea are there for the taking. They're really not, but. Do we really have to try and win this game with 25% possession? I think we probably don't. I would certainly not blame Jared Bowen or Mikel Antonio for the way West Ham are playing in attack, because they've seen very little of the ball. I think there's some improvements with Benrahma, because for whatever reason, we have been able to get Benrahma the ball. So maybe there's something else that can be done there. Maybe that's where the change is. Maybe it's time to have a little look at Edson Fernandez and just see what he can. Edson Fernandez, he plays. What am I talking about? Edson Alvarez. Souček conceded the penalty, and he was put on his arse for the goal. So I just wonder if maybe there's something to be done there. If we are going to sit back, then put the defensive midfielder in there, because by the time they scored their goal, West Ham had retreated so far back. If you look at where Souček was when the ball was curled around him, when the guy went round him, he had retreated back into a centre-back's position. He was stood in Kurt Zuma's position, obviously, and so rightly should. He was filling in there for Kurt Zuma, because Kurt Zuma would obviously gone. He was down the byline because Jackson had sort of gone past him there. But you will find Thomas Souček in that position quite a lot. And I think if what you're going to do is play him there, if what we're not going to do is attack enough for Souček to get in the opposition box, you're probably better off putting a defensive midfielder into that situation and sort of having a specialist there anyway. And look, it's easy for me to say we've got, I'm talking like we've got nothing to lose. We do have something to lose. We've got a point to lose at the moment, and a point against Chelsea. This Chelsea team, I think they might have spent £1 billion. I don't know that, but when I went on the Chelsea channel and I said you lot have spent £1 billion, he didn't correct me. So I'm assuming I'm close, And so a draw against this team would be no bad thing at all. But they're chalk and cheese, the two managers, certainly. So the lack of pace, more than anything, is killing us. And there was one little exchange. It was funny enough, it was where Antonio had his one foray into the opposition box. He was a little bit hesitant, should have probably done better. But he was lucky because he got a lucky bounce. What worried me the most in the build-up to that, he's in a foot race with Thiago Silva. What happened is, and I think it was Thiago Silva. I'm happy to be corrected on that. What was the concern on that was Antonio didn't win the race. He got the ball because there was a little bit of a miscontrol there, and that's concerning me. A lack of pace on the counter-attack. I've been saying it for 3 years now, and it's just... It's sort of evident. Bowen is a really, really good player, but he's not rapid. He's a 7.5 out of 10 for pace, and we desperately need some. Benrahma is not quick enough. Antonio, I'm not saying Antonio's lost his pace, but he doesn't look fit, and this is a little bit of a concern for us at the moment. But Moyes does have people on the bench who he can turn to and do something with. I think he's going to need to do something quite possibly with Paqueta as well, because he's not in the game, but it only takes a moment of brilliance. I was a little bit worried when he had his moment of silliness with Raheem Sterling. I thought, is he mentally up for it today? It's the natural thing for me to think on that. But I think having seen his sort of quick exchange of feet, his quick foot movement, which produced a shot which went just wide. There still maybe is something to come from Paqueta, but there's definitely improvements to be made. And it's hard to see us getting the point if we continue to sit back. At the moment, we're relying on a heavy dose of luck and some heroics from the goalkeeper. We have to pose a threat to them.
Yes, whatever you said, didn't hear it. Yes,
right. I am going to go. I'm going to make myself a swift drink before the... not like that. Not like that. I'm going to knock down a pint of window and glass cleaner. That's got quite it's got a quite high alcohol content, I understand. And get back for the second half. Enjoy, mate. Charlie, everybody in the chat. Hopefully you enjoy the second half, and hopefully you got some fingernails left at the end of the day. I'm off.
Thank you, sir. Speak to you later. Bye.
Nice one, mate.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we both clicked it again.
You do it. You do it.
I'll do it. There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Geo will be here at full time to do the review. However, until then, let's talk about it. Subs, what we saying? Would you make any? I'll have them run across the bottom of the screen just in case. Let's get to them. Fabianski, Ogbonna, Johnson, Cresswell, Fornals, Alvarez, Cornet, Ings, and Mubama. Any subs would you be interested in today? I certainly think today of all days, it feels like there's a higher possibility of them. I feel like a lot of the time when we talk about subs, it's like, would this happen? Would this work? You lose a bit of that. We're doing bad today. So I feel like actually subs are quite easy today to be made. Which ones are you thinking of most? Divin for Benny would be interesting. I certainly want to see Mubama get some minutes at least. At least he's got to, right? Mubama has to get minutes today. He can't not. Alvarez for Souček, Alvarez for Paquetá. Alvarez is one of those ones. Alvarez, Cornet, another person who I think could be effective just in terms of pace and counter-attacking, could be really useful. But yeah, Alvarez, I feel like he, Fornals for Benrahma, potentially a good one actually as well, yeah. Alvarez, maybe he hasn't enough time training, I don't know, because I know he didn't really have much of a pre-season. So I'd be surprised if he came on, but we really do need a bit of that defensive solidity at the back just to lock it down and stop things from happening, because they're getting for us way, way too easily. And even if he's not fully ready, maybe you just lob him in at the deep end. I don't know. Maybe you just lob him in at the deep end. And I think it would probably have to be for Souček, because you've seen how effective James Ward-Prowse is. Literally 2 corners. One of them almost went in, the second one did. So he almost has to stay on to some extent. I don't know. Alvarez, Mubama and Cornet for Benrahma. Bowen through the middle. That's an interesting shout, Joseph, actually, to be fair. That's genuinely an interesting shout. You put him in the centre for a counter-attacking opportunity, and then you put someone out wide on the right, be it Cornet, be it whoever. Maybe even Mubama, I don't know. Messi and Pele on for Souček and Benny. Not a bad shout, GB. Not a bad shout. Alvarez for Souček. Moyes off, Ken on. But would he be Ken-off? Would he be Ken-off to get it back into this game? I don't know. Cornet and Alvarez and Fornals for Souček and Ward-Prowse. Imagine if they were playing Caicedo and Lavia, they'd be absolutely running. See, the thing is, I don't know if they'd be much better. We might not have scored. They'd be better defensively, but I don't know how much. I don't know how that midfield is going to couple together yet. We'll have to see how that ends up working out for Chelsea in the long run. I don't know how that's going to work out. With Baumann and Alvarez, Fornals on. Yes, the manager. Fair. You have to say. Chelsea looks superb going forward, really quick, tricky and strong. That change of pace, man, from Sterling is the big one. He just has this ability. He's such acceleration. He could just hold off. He just taps it, bang, and he's gone. And it's not like Antonio does something similar. Antonio does the tap, bang maneuver as well to get past his people. But he kicks it and then chases after the ball. Sterling controls the ball the entire time. He's so good at it. And Jackson's pace is causing us all sorts of problems. Him getting in round the back is just a terrifying prospect. Only if Alvarez is fit enough and put him on for Souček and put central with James Ward-Prowse on the right. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is if he's fit enough. That's my one concern. Bowen through the middle, Divin for Antonio, 3-5-2, even half fit Alvarez on for Souček, and let's have a go at it. More shots and forced corners and free kicks. I don't think Alvarez is going to force that for you. But I think the formation change potentially would. In fact, you probably would, right? You'd bring on Alvarez almost as a centre-back at that sense. Maybe, yeah. I wouldn't be. Do you know what? I'm not against it. I'm legendarily not against the 3-5-2 under David Moyes. It's not a preferred formation in general, but specifically with David Moyes, I do think it's probably our best route to getting attacking results. I do genuinely feel that. Don't know why he doesn't go for it more often, to be honest. Benny off for Mubama, Inks on for Antonio, Fornals for Souček. Yeah. A sort of a 2 up front type system potentially would probably help Ings out a little bit. We saw him working in pre-season in the 3-5-2 in a 2 formation. I don't think he's entirely a lost cause, but yeah. Put Moyes in a sub. It's an option. Just put him in one, get him in there. There's literally no point Moyes having a subs bench. The entire squad is his now, and he still doesn't use them. No point saying with Bama he'll be miles from the rest of the team anyway. Depressingly Woodsy. Woodsy. I don't know where I got the S from. Depressingly Woody. I apologise, Alan. Depressingly Woody. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Did that happen? That's crazy. That's genuinely crazy. I'd have to relook at that because that is wild. That is wild. Second half is going to get underway in any moment now, by the way. The teams are coming back out. I'm having a look at the West Ham team as they walk out to see if there are any changes. I can't see any so far. I don't think there will be any regardless because David Moyes is David Moyes, but there could be. There is a timer in the top corner. I will be, of course, slightly behind you, but that doesn't mean head off. There is a timer just to let you know exactly how far behind you I am, and it means I won't spoil the goals for you. Let's be real about it. That won't happen. But stick around if you aren't, because we will be here throughout the entire rest of the second half, full time, where will be a review straight after as well. However, until then, hang around, get involved, subscribe if you're new around here, because we do watch alongs every single game. We've been only missed 2 in like 2 or 3 years, 3 or 4 years actually at this point. We've only missed 2, and then of course we have our full match day week. So hit the like button, hit the bell notification to miss out on future videos. Don't seem to be any changes that I can see. Paquetá's going to be taking goal kick. I can't see any changes. There it is. Deploy the boys. It's time to run 2 things. Come on, you Irons. Second half underway. Can we do any better than the first? We're going to need to step out of ourselves because that first half was difficult to deal with, and we're going to have to step out of ourselves to some extent to get anything from this. Mudryk coming on. He's equally fast. Maybe not as, I don't know, not as precise as Chukwuemeka. Maybe is the one thing I would say, but he is definitely a quick player and will be able to go through the motions as quickly as he will. But that Sterling Jackson combo just looks so good so far. Oh, Paquetá winning a free kick in the middle there does really well. Just control the ball and come away with it. Takes it past a couple, wins a free kick. But it's going to have to be a big change from us in the second half. Paquetá and Conor Gallagher just having an on-running battle at the moment that Conor Gallagher feels to be getting the best out of. Ball forward to Antonio, who's just been pulled off the ball there. He looks across the linesman as if to ask, and I would do the same. I mean, again, Mikel Antonio is a... I don't think he's the physical force he once was, because he's just been getting pulled around here, there, and everywhere so far today, and not getting the best out of any of those situations. And I think that's kind of why he ends up going down a lot. Is the idea of, you know, he doesn't have that ability to fight a man off in the same way he once did. So he ends up going down to try and win free kicks. But there's been a couple of times where I feel like he's been hard done by Mudryk. Mudryk trying a little flick with a back heel there. There's a couple of times where it feels like he's gone against him when it probably shouldn't have. That was one of them. I feel like that should have been maybe a free kick to us, but it's the Andy Carroll problem, right? You get a big physical forward, they battle with the centre-backs. There is a sort of a level of allowance for physicality that there just isn't in other positions. Chelsea coming away with the ball in the defence, trying to stream forward with Diassi. Or Disassi? I don't know I've never known how to pronounce his name. He's one of those names I read all the time and have no idea how to say. Gusto does well there. A little bit lucky to get it, but he does well. Sterling with a nice turn, looking for Jackson. Well cut out from Aged. Oh, nicely done from Ben Rama, Ward-Prowse and Paquetá doing really well there. Antonio goes down and somehow that's a free kick against Mikel Antonio. Yes, okay. Bell poll. Yes, of course. Thank you very much, Liberator. I did say that and I did even bring a bell in to make sure it happens. Let's lob that poll in the chat now. Bell. Yes. No. That's all we need. That's all we need. I've misspelt the word bell. It's only 4 letters and I've somehow still managed to mess that one up. There we go. Bell poll should be live in the chat any second now. I'll give it until 49. I'll give it until 49. Bell, yes or no? That's all we need to know. Is he actually? It wouldn't surprise me, Army. He's very quick. He's very, very quick. He's not got. This is what I mean. He's not got the precision that I think Chukwuemeka has. Or he's probably faster than him. You're most certainly faster than me because there's only 2 other people faster than him, right? But like, the thing I like about Chukwuemeka, a bit like Sterling, he has this like control to the way he moves. Whereas Mudryk is just like fast. But then again, when you're running that quickly, whatever. Either way, it's going to be dangerous against us, can't I? Emerson and Sterling just laughing together now seems to have calmed down. Sterling and Enzo Fernandez trying to just battle their way forward there. Can't quite make it happen, but they come away with it again. Jackson to Sterling. This is a great opportunity. He pulls it back. Cleared away from Thomas Souček. Emerson with the ball. The flick is poor, and Enzo Fernandez can come away with it, but thankfully Paquetá and Emerson then team up to win the ball back. Paquetá just saying, no, you cannot have that ball. Ends up winning a throw-in from it. Good work from him. I think he's been hard done by today. It's not necessarily an excuse, but I do think there's been several times where decisions have gone against him when they really shouldn't have today. Like, in my opinion, there's been a couple of times where the decisions either shouldn't have gone against him, or if they've gone against him, that means that the others have been equally bad. Like, either he did nothing, or they were both equally in the wrong, and then I don't get how that means Antonio through. Benrahma, this is a beautiful opportunity. Said Benrahma, 1v1, takes way too long. Oh, wait, Said, what are you doing, bruv? I think the offside flag's just been flown anyway. What are you doing? He gets such a beautiful opportunity, and again, Antonio, the first time in strength... I think he is offside. It doesn't really make a difference, but Paquetá, first time, left foot, dinks over the top of Said Benrahma. He just has the time. What are you doing? What was that? What was that? He has the time. He opens up his body as if he's going to try and hit it with his strong foot. You know, what you'd expect. You either hit it quickly on your weak foot, or you hit it, or you take a little bit of time, open up your body, and hit it with your strong foot. He opens up his body, then decides to go back on his weak foot, and then hits it wide anyway. I mean, it makes no difference. He was offside, so it is what it is, but like... Bruv. Bruv. Just... Such a good opportunity. I mean, he would have been offside anyway, so it makes no difference, but like... Ward-Prowse does well there, little 1-2 with Paquetá. He's going to take a shot from range. Maybe an option to Antonio. It wasn't in a great position. It would have been able to maybe find the pass. Maybe a bit of glory in JWP's eyes there. But we're getting better. We're getting into this game. This has been better than the first half. We're certainly getting further forward. We're certainly finding opportunities here that we just weren't before, which is good. We are going to have to be a bit careful. Soufal. Vladimir, that was awful. He just lost the ball. He just got confused and scared. It's like an old man. He's just lost. Played out wide to the left-hand side. Finds Ben Chilwell. There is Mudryk. Soufal, what was he doing? What was he doing? Fernandez, little flick from Mudryk, trying to find his way in. Paquetá loses the ball there unnecessarily. There wasn't any beautiful options on for him, but he should have maybe just laid it off for Bowen, who had a bit of space, and then we go forward. Poorly done. Thomas Souček looking for Mudryk, who went on the underlap there. Jackson. Chelsea passing it around just outside the area. Chilwell goes down. Souček, he complains about it. Bro, if none of Mikel Antonio... Awful pass out to Bowen. It's going to be a throw-in. Listen. Yes. It's way past 59. Let's have a look. To be fair, closer than I thought it would, but... It is a 70% yes, 29% no. So let's say 30. Let's round that out. So 70. It went a bit past, so we're gonna just get it in there as quickly as we can. As quickly as we can. Sorry if it's loud. Cross into the hands of Areola. Is that time correct? Yeah, it's about correct. James Ward-Prowse on the ball. West Ham just slowly passing it around. Ward-Prowse. Paquetá, Ward-Prowse again, back forward looking for Paquetá. Nice layoff from Benrahma, nice little 1-2 flick there. Benrahma trying to flick his way around was never going to happen realistically, was it? For Antonio. Yes! Come on! Miguel, do one! Oh. That's one heck of a way to answer your critics. It's a beautiful finish from Mikel Antonio. He gets a bit of space on the ball just outside the box and just hammers it home. This is what I'm saying. When Mikel Antonio has time and space on the ball, it's bad. When he doesn't, he's good. It was nice playing the build-up. Oh, the ball over the top to Antonio. He just battles past one, takes it onto... Oh, it's a really good finish. Who was the ball over the top? It's James Ward-Prowse. 2 assists for James Ward-Prowse, ladies and gentlemen. Ball gets played over the top from him. The build-up to him was nice, right? It was a little bit awkward. Chelsea got a touch on the ball, but it comes back to James Ward-Prowse, who just, with his weak foot, just bends it into the path of Mikel Antonio beautifully, who then powers forward, takes it past one, and then 1v1 against Diassi. Takes it a little bit wider and then just hammers it into the bottom left-hand corner. Here we were saying all bad things under the sun about Mikel Antonio, and yet he scores. It's 2-1 to West Ham. Come on. Never underestimate it, Liberator. You were correct. You called for it at the correct time when I forgot. And then I put the poll up and then I was like, oh, I forgot. And so I put the thing in. The threat. The threat. Because let's be real, the goal probably went in as I was putting it in my mouth. We probably didn't see... I just probably... well, I am behind people. 2-1. I can't wait for all of those channels who like... If you're any of these channels, by the way, shout out. You do good work. I appreciate you. But the channels like Fan Reaction FC and people like that who put together compilation clips of all of the reactions might do it today because it's Chelsea, so it's a big match. And then it cuts to me eating a baby belt. Just shouting on mute. It's a good reaction. The people, you can't deny it. You can't deny it. Chelsea coming forward with the ball. Poor pass from Gallagher. Zuma cuts it out. Poor pass to Antonio. Gallagher cuts that one out. Mudryk looking for Jackson. Areola comes out and just collects him. He's holding his head a little bit. I hope he's all right, but yeah. I think it was a collision with Emerson, it looks like. Emerson just tried to hold back. Maybe a little bit of a connection with his face. I'm not sure. It didn't look too bad. Didn't look too bad. What a finish, man. What a finish. I don't want to sell him. I don't want to sell him. We wouldn't get enough money to replace him. And who are we going to play up front? It's such a scary... But listen, if the people call for it, the people call for it. You know. I know they do. I know they do. They do. If they have enough views and have enough subs and all that stuff, they will obviously make money off it. But ultimately, look, it's not ideal. But I'll be real with you. I'm not too fussed about it. I think it's quite funny. Like, it is what it is. You know. West Ham just pressing Chelsea there, just trying to make their passing around a little bit uncomfortable. How many passes? I don't know, but he stopped a couple of very close chances that looked like they might have gone in for Chelsea and almost scored himself. So, you know, it is what it is. Bring some attention to the channel. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, right? Like, it's not ideal, but it's not ideal. Areola on the ball. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. Like, realistically, doesn't harm anyone. The people who watch that aren't likely to watch the watch along anyway. If anything, they're more likely to have watched the watch along from finding out from a channel like that. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. Not a blanket thing across the board, but in that sense, yeah, probably right. Don't know. It's a difficult one. It is a difficult one. But me personally, I don't tend to mind. There you go. Jordan Pauls, that's those videos are how I found you, actually. There you go. Jordan, I'm interested to know why you saw my one and went, yeah, that's the guy. Or was it just West Ham fans? Are West Ham fan TV streams today? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah. Massively appreciated, Jordan, by the way. Thank you. It's very kind of you. But yeah, it is a difficult one. It is really a difficult one. Passing it around. Chelsea, we've got that lead now. We are looking better in the second half. We are definitely looking better. Little bit like will it be as good? No. 23% possession. They've made over 4 times the amount of successful passes we have. They've had over 3 times the amount of touches in the opponent's box. You know, vibes. Yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult one. Oxby with the 4.99. Thank you on. Thank you for the full-time fund. Very, very kind of you. Helps us out an incredible amount. Genuinely, thank you so much, sir. It's very kind of you. I'm gonna have to make a second row because there's been so many donations at this point. That is gonna have to happen. I like the way the commentator just went. I just want to remind everyone that Emerson's on a yellow as he goes in on someone else. Just a scary moments when even the commentator's like, you probably need to be paying attention to that. There we go. Thank you very much, Oxby. It's very, very kind of you. It helps us out massively. Ball played in over the top of everyone, thankfully. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Chelsea are going to make their sub. It is going to be Caicedo's coming on for his debut. Oh my lord. OMG. It's the boy. How are you? You alright? Welcome to Set Piece Defensive FC, West Ham United versus by every single player in the world, Chelsea. How are you? You alright? James Ward-Prowse has started. He's got 2 assists, one of them from a corner. You'll love to see it. Caicedo is coming on for... I don't know who number 2 is. Number 21. Is it Chilwell? I think it's Chilwell. Yeah, it is. It's Chilwell. Chilwell for Caicedo. Coming on for his debut after joining Chelsea on a £700 million deal. What the hell it was. Better defense than Everton? Yeah. I mean, you'd maybe have an argument if you watch the first half of this, but we're getting there. 110 to 120, something like that. It was just insane, wasn't it? It was just crazy amounts of money. Just absolutely insane amounts of money. Oh, I love it. Goal. No! He was not happy about that. Chelsea with a throw-in. A lot of arguments there about who was throwing it was, more than you'd suspect. Chelsea tried to play the ball forward. First and second half has been significantly better. Looking for that ball through to Sterling. Oh, again, go diving in. Nayef, you scary man. Oh, he comes steaming away with it as well. Emerson comes flying out. Oh, nicely done. We've got a great counter-attacking opportunity forward for Ben Rama. The ball was a little bit beyond him. Does he keep it in? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. It was close. It was close. He looked like he might have just managed it. David Moyes is sarcastic with the feeling. Linesman's on the gear. Listen, maybe. Well, what was the final score in the Villa game? I didn't actually see the final score. I sort of been swerving it all the time, Oh, Mudryk does really well there, but the cross is good, but there's no one there. Sterling picks it up on the other side. Sterling hits it, deflects upwards and off. They're looking for the opportunity. It bounces down to Conor Gallagher, who tries to shoot, doesn't quite make it work. Ben Rama hesitates a little bit. Shot from range from whoever it was. It was 4-0 in the end. Jesus, it was worse than... I did see it at some point. I don't remember what the score was, but I didn't watch the game. Yeah, it's bad. That's very, very bad. Dice, surely Dice should be able to set it up defensively like that. Surely. You're barking up the wrong tree here, Charlie. There ain't no... Subs, never heard of them. Bournemouth made all 5 before we made our first one last week. Oh, having said that, Edson Alvarez is coming on. Ladies and gentlemen. Second debut for West Ham for the day. Third of the game, I think. Edson Alvarez. I'm surprised he's coming on this early. I'm genuinely surprised he's coming on this early. I'm surprised he's coming on this early for 2 reasons. One, he supposedly hasn't basically had a pre-season, so I'm surprised he's playing at all. 2, I'm surprised David Moyes is making a substitution 63 minutes into a match. This is not the Dave we know. Maybe he's giddy from excitement over James Ward-Prowse here to take corners. Maybe that's what's happened, but, I'm shocked. Here comes Edson Alvarez. Well, not yet. Chelsea are currently on the ball. When it goes out of play, Edson Alvarez will be here. It'll be interesting to see who he comes off for. Chelsea playing the ball forward. Gusto, who's had a so-so game. I don't know. I just think he made the wrong move against Chelsea, honestly. But good player. I think he's really good. But a poll on Moyes in, Moyes out. Do you know what? Because you've donated Lee, yeah, I will. But usually I wouldn't do it. It feels unnecessary. But because you've donated Lee, appreciate you with a full-time fund, we'll do it. In, out. I was tempted to do shake it all about, but I will leave it. Ben Rama does really well there. Takes the ball past him. I tell you what, that's better from Gusto, the diving challenge. I'll give it until 60, 65 and a half, 66, something like that, if I remember. And thank you for the full-time fund. It's very kind of you. Ben Rama does well. Picks up the ball from Antonio, who's having a significantly better second half. But just the pace from Ben Rama, just not quite enough to get away from Gusto. Does well. Did they start leaving that early? Dash's team selection has been terrible for the Premier League games. I need to have a look into it because I've barely seen any of it. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. 43 chances from set piece last season he created. Our highest was Aaron Cresswell on 21. Here we go. James Ward-Prowse to take it. Corner. Third of the game. First one almost went in. Second one did go in. Whips in. That one a bit too close to the front post. Punched away. He battles for it though. Flicks it in towards Souček, who chests it down confidently. Thomas Souček getting Brazilian. Pulls it across. Good shots. Ben Rama just wide. Good chance for a shot. Doesn't quite make it work. Yes. Let's go. Antonio down holding his head after some sort of collision. I didn't actually see it. He looks worse for wear, Antonio. He's having a better second half. First half, like we were saying, he's pretty ineffective. But second half, he's been significantly better. Oh, apparently Pablo's coming on as well. We have Pablo and Alvarez coming on. Let's go. So what, Ben Rama probably coming off, you'd imagine, Fornal's on. Maybe Paquetá off. Maybe. That seems likely to me, maybe. I don't know. Or do you keep James Ward-Prowse on, or does James Ward-Prowse come off? It'd be interesting to see. Chelsea tried to play through the lines, play it outright to the left-hand side, block from Jarrod Bowen. They continue to have possession of the ball and try to recycle it over to the right-hand side. Caicedo taking a little bit too long to really decide what he wants to do with the ball. Mudryk controls it, pulls it back. Antonio just turns Caicedo. Bin yourself, lad. 110 million. Pfft. Nothing. Not interested. You know what I mean? Back yourself in the bin. Antonio just picks the ball, turns him, and off he goes. Easy. Light work. Get back to Brighton. I think he's quite good. And he's not worth as much as he paid for him, but I think he's quite good. I'm just being sarcastically OTT. I'm seeing a lot of red card chat in the chat, and I'm not excited for what I think is about to come. I'm seeing a lot of red card chat. I've just seen a Gerd go in. A Gerd. Straight red. Oh no, second yellow, red card. Oh. A Gerd's gone in insanely. Well, maybe Edson Alvarez is going to make his debut as centre-back now. He's gone in on, I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Jackson. I'm not sure. Ball gets played in. Jackson, yeah. It's a second yellow. That's the problem. It wasn't a straight red, but he was already on a yellow, and I can't say it wasn't a second yellow because it was. He dives in stupidly. He's overstretched for it. It's not a particularly dangerous one. It's just one of those ones where it's definitely a yellow. We're going to end the game with 10 men. Well, we've got some options now. I mean, Ogbonna, it seems to be a guy who would probably... I mean, we have a left-sided centre-back on the bench in Ogbonna. So Ogbonna coming on makes sense. You could change, ball comes in from Chelsea up the top. You could make a change and say Edson Alvarez is going to be coming on at centre-back now, potentially. But that, I mean, it changes the complete complexion of everything. Yeah, Ogbonna is going to come on. Alvarez and Fornals are both stood there, waiting to come on. Ogbonna is going to come on. We'll see who it's for. S. Housery, 100% Logan. coming in thick and fast. So Ogbonna comes on. Initially, Syed Benrahma is the first guy to come off. Syed Benrahma is the first guy to come off. Ogbonna coming on. Right, Moyes was going to make a sub on the 63rd minute. You ruined it. Again. You ruined it. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. It was a second yellow, He was already on a yellow. It wasn't that bad, but it was definitely a second yellow. 100%. 100%. Yeah, sometimes you just got to look and you go, yeah. Right. Oh, yeah, I forgot to pull what the Moors in was. What's happening. Let's end that. See where we're at. It's about where I expected it to be. Bell call, says Harry. Maybe. It's about where I expected it to be. 61 to 38. That kind of makes sense. That adds up. Sterling cut out. This is going to be a long old half an hour here. It's going to be a long old half an hour. It's almost like one of our players is being investigated for that sort of nonsense right now, Louis. I don't know. We'll see. Gallagher's just pushed Paquetá over, who, don't get me wrong, has gone down incredibly emphatically. And now Chelsea are trying to physically pull him up. I mean, this game has gotten completely out of hand. The Paquetá-Gallagher battle has been on running the entire game. And don't get me wrong, Paquetá has gone down as emphatically as humanly possible for what is quite a light touch here. But Gallagher has to get a card. There is no way Gallagher can't get a card for that. You have to. Emerson gets the ball. He plays it into the path of Paquetá, who lays it off first. And Gallagher just sort of jumps across him. Paquetá goes down OTT. It is what it is, right? And then Gallagher goes across to him and just pushes him over. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, Paquetá goes down like a pack of cards. He goes down like a house of cards on that one. You're telling me Conor Gallagher doesn't get a card for that? You're telling me Conor Gallagher doesn't get a card for that? My man just... don't get me wrong. Again, I need to be clear about this. Paquetá goes down in the most OTT way he possibly could. For what ultimately wouldn't even push Danny over, right? That's all he does, right? He does that, and that's what he does, right? It's very OTT, the whole situation. But... Excuse me? Sorry, Danny, by the way. I've damaged him severely. He's having problems as Danny. He's dying. He's in his deathbed at this point. I'm gonna need to reinforce his legs because it's a problem. But bruv, how is that not a yellow? I'll do. Yeah. Again got a red. Second yellow. He dived, Elaine. He dived. And you can't blame me because Conor Gallagher didn't get a yellow either. He just got a tell him to, so... You know? I do feel quite bad. Let's straighten it out, mate. Let's come on, man. Come on, let's Antonio on the ball. He's by himself, bless him, but he's giving it a shot. There we go. He looks better again. There we go. 17 minutes to go. 10 men. We've only made that one change now. All men back. Ball gets played in over the top of everyone. Far side, WHUCHE picks it up, goes down in the area, slips over. There's no penalty or anything. He just slipped over in the area with the ball at his feet. And Soufal, he manages to get back up and force Soufal into giving away a throw-in, but Danny Divita. There you go. He's diving. It was a dive. It was dive, ref. I did nothing. Yeah, he's not ended up coming on. He was about to come on, as was Fornals, and then we got the red, and Ogbonna came on, and I feel like at this point, the idea was him. I feel like it was a bit of a sort of like. It was like a just sort of dealing with it, you know. It was just like, right, let's make the change. Let's see how we cope, and then we decide what changes we're going to make. We get the person on to replace again, and we see how we're coping. But I don't know. So right now, Alvarez doesn't come on. Fornals, who was also ready to come on, has not come on. It was awful from again. It really was. Big ball over top. Endless. Interestingly, Chelsea are going to make more subs. Conor Gallagher is going to come off and Madueke is going to come on. For Conor Gallagher, where's Gallagher? There he is. Ritesh, sir, I'm good. I hope you're well, bro. I hope you're well. I tell you what, if we get anything from his game, 10 men down after the first half we had, it's a miracle. It's going to be a long old thing, but it's going to be a miracle if it happens. Yeah, it really does need to. It really does need happening, Neil. Honestly, I have to balance him against an exercise bike because he can't stand up otherwise. It's ridiculous, Fee, it's actually ridiculous. Like, they just have so much. Like, Noni Madueke was one of the most exciting players around, like, when they bought him, and he's just sat on their bench, and they're like, yeah, let's just bring him on. Oh, Caicedo, yeah, just bring him on. It's bonkers. It's bonkers. Paquetá, managed to get there. So check Antonio. He's actually given a free kick to Mikel Antonio. Imagine the scenes. Imagine the scenes. And that's the last thing Antonio's going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, no striker on the pitch. As on comes Pablo Fornals for Mikel Antonio. Bad first half. Good second half, if we're being honest. Better second half, if we're being honest. And we are officially 10 men and strikerless. Shout out to Avin and Charlie. Shout out to Avin and Charlie. Could be Gavin. Could be something else. It could just be Avin in general. Avin a banana, for example. Avin a laugh. That kind of stuff. But Avin, Charlie, hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. B-Sun, hope you're doing well as well. If you're not one of those people, hope you're also doing well. Looked like Alvarez was getting prepped, yeah. Luke, I just saw that as well. It looks like he's getting ready, thankfully. Thankfully. It's going to be what a game to flip and come on and try and play, but... Where are the positions working out? I think it's what you would expect. So I think Fornals is playing essentially on the right and Bowen is now up front by himself. I think that's how we're working out at this stage. I think Paquetá's basically moved out to left wing. Fornals is on the right wing, Bowen up front by himself. Soufal saying he got the ball there. He's very frustrated with the fact that one's been given against him. 9 extra minutes at least, Gary. Please don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Mudryk just takes on Soufal. Little drop of the shoulder, little step over, takes it. But he didn't really, I don't know, Soufal ball. I don't know. Do you think Chelsea could win it? I think they could, but they don't look... It's not looking likely, I'll be honest with you. It's not looking super likely. They could do. It very easily could do. We're down to 10 men. We're going to be against the Kosh the entire rest of this game, but they could do. It's going to have to be one hell of a defensive performance here from us. Still got 12 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Laid short to Caicedo on the edge of the area. Was maybe looking to shape a shot that can't quite make it work. Disasi played in from Caicedo. Good header away there. I think that was Thomas Souček. Looked Thomas Souček-y. Just good, just charging in, diving header. Get that ball away. It's going to be a long half. It's going to be a long 12 minutes. Although we've been surviving for a while now. But it's going to be a long old time. Mudryk lays it out wide. There is Sterling. Oh, he's moved across to the left here. As Madueke taking up position on the right. Caicedo looking to dink it in. Can't quite make it work. Paquetá battling in the air for that one. Loses out just about. Chelsea playing the ball over to the right-hand side. Gusto looking to cross it in. Does. Oh. There's a moment there where Enzo Fernandez almost got onto the end of it. Pablo Fornals is going to get there before it goes out. Go on, Pablo. Go on, lad. And just ping it. Yeah. Just boot it forward. Into the path of Bowen. Does really well. Oh, Jared Bowen does so well there. Turns. Oh, there was a moment he was just held up there a little bit by Disassi. It was a moment there where it looked like he could have turned and gone. People have joined him now. Not that many. Bowen hits it. Oof, maybe should have looked for Ward-Prowse. It would have had to have been a good one. Ward-Prowse was in the box fighting for it. That's so good by Jared Bowen, by the way. Pablo Fornals' pass into him is perfect, and Jared Bowen just doesn't quite have the pace to get away from Disassi. Laid it out wide to Fornals, who then plays it back to Bowen, who has an option, potentially instead fires it. Sanchez just parries it away. We need another bell to hold on. Come on, Charlie. If we get enough calls for it, we get enough calls for it. I'm not seeing it. It has to be 3 in quick succession. It has to be 3 in quick succession. You know? Like, not instantaneously. I'm not looking for some sort of, vibe. But see, this one's quick enough. Second bell. If we had a third, maybe. Played in. Headed away. Hit from Colwell wide. Bells. All right, there we go. More than enough. More than enough there. Poll. Bell. Yes. No. Live in the chat. Give it 81.5. James Ward-Prowse is the man who's going to make way for 2 assists on his debut for James Ward-Prowse. What a guy. What an absolute guy. Love him already. Off goes him and on comes other debutant Edson Alvarez. Makes sense. I get it. You want to keep on the defensive guy. You want to keep on WHUCHE. That sort of makes sense. I could have seen an argument for maybe taking off someone like Paquetá and that, but I get it. Shame. I was loving a bit of Ward-Prowse, loving the danger we get from corners and that. The ball through for the second is beautiful. 2 assists. Love that. But yeah. Love that. They're just showing the stats of last season per 90 for Alvarez and Rice, comparing them. Look, he's good. Big money move from Ajax. How will it go? Long throw forward. Bowen trying to battle for it. Can't quite make it work. Thomas WHUCHE goes flying forward. Can't quite get there. A little bit of a tangle goes off. Getting close. 10 seconds left on the poll. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End poll. Convincingly, 85% yes, 15% no. That means I do have to go and get one. Now, where's this going to end? If I press this, where's that? There we go. Danny will keep you company for a second. James, it was a Gerd who was sent off. There's a good chance for Chelsea. Tried to ping it back across. It was a Gerd who was sent off. It was a Gerd. Right, I'll be back in a sec. Give me a second. I have one. I have a bell. Who was that who just come on? There we go. We're in. Who was it who's just come off for Chelsea? Someone did. Whipped in, nodded away from the corner from Chelsea. I think that was Paquetá going down again. He's been on the floor quite a lot. Not gonna lie. He's been on the floor a lot today. Trying to unveil the bell. Here we go. Mudryk plays it in, headed away again at front post. You love to see it. Apparently a free kick there against Fornals. He's very angry about it. It's rare you see Fornals react like that as well. How much of it am I going to eat? Bruv. You must be new right here. No messing. No remorse. Make him an honorary oos. Bin yourself, mate. Big no. Big no. Oh, awful pass out wide from Areola. Here we go. Again, what was that Chelsea sub? I missed it. I saw something come. I saw someone coming on when I came in, but I missed what it was. For some reason, when I read that, we'll ball in. Sterling, thankfully, there's an awful shot. Jesus Christ, doesn't even go out for a corner. It was awful. In my head, I'm hearing the Nicki Minaj verse on Monster. I'm a mother flipping monster. Got it, you know? The gangster, automobile gangster, the straight from Sri Lanka. First things first, I'll eat your bells. The kid from Charlton. Who was the kid from Charlton? I don't even know. Burstow came on. Interesting. Don't worry, I got it. To be fair, I got it. Don't worry. Who did Burston come on for? Was it for Jackson? We'll try and make this accurate. Do you know what? Let's just do it with confidence, see what happens. Just do it with confidence, see what happens. Elaine is in her bag today. Elaine is in her bag. With a solid, Eugene should be brought back as his dance partner, and then Scott Parker. The speed at which you go, Elaine, it's just unmatched, just unrivaled. Thank you. It's very kind of you to say, Ethan. Love your channel as an Arsenal fan. Watching your channel, I respect West Ham fans so much after the Conference League win. I support their journey in the future. Hopefully, begins for Arsenal. Ethan, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much for saying so. I'm not going to eat the wax for online clout. What a difference in two comments that was. I'm not eating the wax for online clout, no matter what anyone says. I'm starting to feel like, for Gusto, thank you very much, Ray. I'm starting to feel like it might actually happen. We'll see, but I'm feeling it. Oh my God, just ultimate tanglement there. Just player after player just diving in. No one really coming away with the ball with any certainty. Chelsea continuing to have possession, playing it through the lines, trying to find their way forward. All out defensive performance right now. Down to 10 men. Good interception there from Soufal. Try to get it away instead. Wins a free kick. We'll take that. We'll take that. And do you know what? We'll take it slowly. We'll take it slowly. Let's chill out. Let's relax. No rush, guys. You know, Areola can come take it, maybe. Having said that, they're adding on lots of time now, so maybe just take it quicker. There's a warning from the ref on Areola there. Don't know what for, but he just had a little conversation with him. It was an amazing moment, Jamie. It's just insane. Because I had it spoiled from the chat that we scored. And we did it, the way we did it differently is I controlled all the production. Go on, Lucas. Lucas Paquetá just battling for with Caicedo for it. He does really well and wins the throw-in. Come on, good work, yes. And so I had it spoiled from me, but Tom hadn't, because Tom was like this, just staring at his phone. So I just thought, just full screen Tom worked, to be fair. It was what a moment in life that was. Come on, 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Throw in by the corner flag. Left-hand side for us. Complete. We won't tell anyone, don't worry. We won't tell anyone, but my lord, sir. You're moving you're moving wild. Come on, Lucas. Just controlling the ball, being harried by Sterling and Caicedo. They just turned around and just absolutely punted it directly at Caicedo. It bounces off. It's going to be a throw. Come on, Lucas. This is the Paquetá we know and love. Honestly, Brivas, I haven't seen him at all, but it's fine. I haven't seen him at all, though. That's going to be a goal kick. Bowen just losing out on that one a little bit. He does. I love it. I love it. That's one of the things I love about him that we'd lose if he left. Just that fight, that grit that he has. He's just willing to get in and just battle with it and battle for it. You know, I love it. It might go down a bit easily at times, but I love that fight. Sterling plays it out wide. Fernandez with that little dink over the top. It's like Caicedo doesn't really have in his game as much. And Areola is going to take as long as humanly possible on this one. Takes it all the way to the corner. Just holds it, and yeah, picks it up. 1 minute plus stoppage time to go. Come on. As a West Ham fan, I prefer West Ham to everyone else. Appreciate it, Ross. It's a good way to live life, you know what I mean? Bowen goes down, free kick. Thank you very much. Referee is finally starting to give us free kicks right when we need them. Rest of the game, he's been an absolute he's just been not on it. He's just not been on it. Now, here for it. Disassi there. Just a little barge in the back to Jared Bowen. Worst thing is he didn't need to do that at all. Bowen was going nowhere and he would have been able to battle him and get into a better position yet somehow. How much stoppage time is there going to be? Is the question. How much stoppage time is there going to be? Ping over the top. Control down. Stoppage time, sponsored by Hublot, is Hubblot. Oh, Fornals does well. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Fornals hits it. Oh, save from Sanchez with his foot. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Fornals just cuts inside and smashes it. I tell you what, that's well done by Sanchez. Just foot out, stops it. Beautifully done. Paquetá and Fornals just flicking amongst each other. And then Caicedo, who's been crap since coming on, by the way. Caicedo has just been rubbish. Giving the ball away after a beautiful opportunity to just come away with it. Straight into the path of Fornals, who hits it through the legs of Thiago Silva, and it's a save. I tell you what, we're still doing it. Paquetá's pulling out the tricks, finds Emerson. Pull it back. Bowen's there. No, Bowen has to go to the back post, and that's him. We just had no one there. I tell you what, Paquetá goes down emphatically there, and referee non-move that time, and Chelsea can come away with pace. Here's that speed. Sterling through the line. Jackson, good tackle there. Thomas Souček, good play. It folds, Belcar. It folds, my money. You know what I mean? Mudryk lays it out wide. Madueke cuts inside onto his left foot, looking for the shot. Hits it. Oh, flipping heck. Areola gets a touch to it. I don't know if it deflected on the way through, but it looked to catch everyone out. Madueke picks it up on the right-hand side, cuts inside on Emerson, hits it. It does. It deflects off Thomas Souček at full stretch, and Areola stops it. Corner comes in quickly, headed away from Emerson. It's going to be another corner. Come on. 4.5 minutes to go. 4.5 minutes to hold on to this. And if not, we've beaten Chelsea 2-1 with 10 men. It's just starting to dawn on me. Come on. Mudryk to take the corner again. This time plays it in deeper. Headed away. Oh, go on. Pablo Fornals collects the ball from a heavy touch from Sterling. Then just flicks it forward, looking for Edson Alvarez, who battles for it. Gets a little bit caught. Referee says nothing to be done. Carries on the play. Come on, I just keep looking at the chat because I know you'll see it first. And it's not there. I don't want it spoiled, but at the same time, I want to know we've won. Madueke, poor cross, cleared away. 3.5 minutes left. I tell you what, let's do a poll. Give me. Is it time? No. We'll just do usual man of match vibes, I think. Enzo Fernandez looking to ping it over the top. Areola collects it. Come on. With 3 minutes to go, it's time to look at man of the match. Ladies and gentlemen. You let me know who your man of the match is. Oh my God, I've just seen the word penalties. I started looking. Scratch that. We'll do it in a second. Oh my God, I can't look because spoilers. Okay. I can't look. Areola got man of the match in the thing. Hang on. Has Caicedo just given away a penalty? Because I've seen the word penalty a bunch of times. Now I don't want to look because spoilers. But like, I saw the word penalty and I saw the word Caicedo disaster class. Well done from Emerson. Collects the ball, plays it into Paquetá. Bowen's there. Emerson on the overlap. You've got Fornals on the far side. Lays it short to Emerson. Disassi comes across Lays into the path of Paquetá. Nice back heel into him. And Caicedo goes down. He's given away a penalty in the 94th minute. Caicedo has been awful. It will go to VAR. I'd have to have a look at it again. I'll have to have a look at it again. But that was... If we win this 3-1 and Caicedo... Oh my God. Caicedo's been awful since he's come on, and that was terrible. Emerson, little 1-2 of Paquetá, brilliantly done. That's the sort of stuff you lose, and... Yeah. He doesn't get any of the ball, does he? Yeah, he gets none of the ball. It's as clean a pen as you like. It's as clean a pen as you like. That's the sort of stuff we lose if Paquetá goes. Just that ability, that control, little flick, nice link-up play with Emerson. Oh my God, Paquetá's going to take it. Paqueta's going to take it. Minute and a half to go after this regardless. 2-1. Could be about to make it 3. Oh my God, out of everything that's happened, this is the way it's going to end. Paquetá steps up, little step to the side, approaches it, stutter. Get in! Get the fudge in! Yes! West Ham United 3, Chelsea 1, and after everything that's happened this week, Caicedo coming on, the most expensive player in... the most expensive British transfer in history. He's come on. He's had an awful game. He's lost it out on a penalty. And the man who's being investigated for yellow cards scores a penalty in the 94th minute and gives a little dance. 3-1. Come on. Bin yourselves, lads. Go spend another 400 million. Next. Oh. Not 4, Charlie. Calm down. It's 3. Oh, my God. Now, very quickly, while the end of the game, give me your man of the matches as quickly as possible. Let me know who you think your man of the match is in the comments in the live chat. I'll scroll through, and whoever has the most amount of votes by the end of the game is the vibe will be whoever wins it. No science here. Science is not your god. We're a vibe-based economy, and they will win the Hammers chat man of the match. Insane, insane. Oh my God! How much better were we in the second half than we were in the first? Jesus. Let's have a look at these. James Ward-Prowse, Paquetá, Thomas, James Ward-Prowse, Paquetá, James Ward-Prowse, Antonio, Paquetá, Paquetá or Antonio, the Moisaya, James Ward-Prowse, Paquetá, James Ward-Prowse, Paquetá or Ged. James Ward-Prowse, Judas, and congratulations and good luck on Thursday. Enjoy yourself. Next time you come back into the chat, I'm looking forward to seeing you, but good luck and enjoy yourselves, bro. Congratulations again to you and Mrs. Judas. James Ward-Prowse, Alvarez, Pac-Man, James Ward-Prowse. It's probably got to be James Ward-Prowse. Congratulations on a debut and a Hammers chat man of the match debut performance for James Ward-Prowse. 2 assists. 2 beautiful assists as well. And there's the full-time whistle. Oh my God. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. 10 men, West Ham. 3-1. Beat Chelsea. Good times. Good times. I would like to thank, before we go, and give, of course, massive shout-outs to Harry, to Burrow, to N Thornton twice, GP, Madman, Dave, Acid D, Punch Drunk Gaming, to Tom, to the Oxby, which, Tom, I think I missed yours. Tom, shout out. Thank you very much, Tom. The Oxby, and to Lee for all your full-time fund donations. It helps us out a massive, massive amount. Ladies and gentlemen, we might just be that tiny bit massive. Come on. West Ham United 3, Chelsea 1. An insane, insane game at the end. And what other way could it end other than a Paquetá penalty off of a Caicedo tackle? Insane. Much better second half performance, poor first half performance. But thankfully, that's not the end of coverage. We will have a live review on this channel very, very soon. So make sure to stick around for that. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out on it. 415 likes, by the way. We absolutely smashed that. 10-man West Ham beat Chelsea 3-1. You absolutely adore to see it. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you all for coming. I'll be back, not next week, but the week after. I don't know what's happening next week, but whoever ends up doing the watch along, whatever ends up happening, please support them. Give them the love. Show them the love, because it is a long and hard, difficult thing to do, especially by yourself. But I will be back the game after. West Ham United 3, Chelsea 1. Big. Enjoy yourselves, everyone. Speak to you later.